And we should be live. Hello.
Hello.
How's everyone
Hello.
tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So, Symphony of Storms, episode 13? 14?
14.
14. Episode 14. Last session, what happened 2 weeks ago? Maybe someone can enlighten us.
So,
Someone with a notepad.
we started out at a tavern where we got to talk to Tanya, who we had just rescued from the manor. And we got some information from her. She didn't really have anywhere to go. So we ended up sending her to Strixhaven after we talked to Lucille about Kanzanar and everything that happened the previous episode. So 2 episodes ago, Lucille pretty much said he was going to talk to Onyx and investigate Kanzar. I think I wrote it 2 different ways. That makes sense.
All the different
one
ways.
of them was going to be right.
Yeah, eventually.
But yeah, so after we talked to Lucille and we sent Tanya on her way, we started heading towards Buchesen as we are making our way to a contact in Buchesen that can sort of guide us to Mount Chamberland and give us some information about what's going on there. And yeah, as soon as we crossed into the region, Buchesen, with all of the warring going on, and we're pretty much immediately met some soldiers that had set up like a blockade on this main roadway that we were taking. And they had, I believe they were from Grunberg.
You believe right.
And we had to pay pretty substantial amount. I believe it was 10 gold per person for essentially a piece of parchment that gave us safe passage for other Grunberg troops. And made our way past there with our papers in hand, trying to head towards in the direction of Alton, which is kind of southeast. Yeah, we have to go a little bit past Volton to meet up with our contact. So we had met this Luther who is part of Volton, and he is getting involved in a war. And he had tried to recruit us before and told us if we ever just changed our mind, we could come seek him out and he would take our help. So we're trying to avoid him because we don't really want to get involved in this war at all. As we're getting closer to where we needed to go, we ran into some pretty shoddy looking soldiers, which was strange because the rest of the Grunberg soldiers that we had seen at this point had been like pretty well put together considering everything going on. And then we discovered a little ways on that these soldiers had robbed and murdered a family of merchants not too far past where we initially saw them. Yeah, it looked like a family of 4, I believe. 2 parents with 2 children. So we went back and mopped up that group, at which point Poppy had some ice cold lines as she murdered most of them. But it was very much they had it coming. Some delayed justice served. We finally get to a point where there's a bridge that we have to cross to get to Volton. And at this point, lots of comedic chaos ensued with us trying to figure out how to get across this broken bridge. I believe Poppy offered up them lowering us down to cross the water with walk on water, which we did not have ready. And we ended up just jumping across the gap with our horses. I believe it was like a 10-foot gap, so our horses were able to make it across. But we crossed this broken bridge and left the side with the Grunberg soldiers to the side with the Volton soldiers. We actually were held as prisoners initially by the Volton soldiers, but were thankfully released due to Berard, who is one of Luther's close friends, high-ranking captains.
Berard is one of Luther's friend, and he's also the Duke of Anslef, which is another region in Buchesen.
So Berard let us free, gave us all of our equipment back that the guards had taken initially. There was not really any bad blood at the time. They were holding us in cages, which was pretty messed up, but like they weren't being like rude or abusive to us, I guess. I don't know. It was a very low bar, but they weren't being like actively like awful to us.
They put us in prison cells, but they weren't abusive.
We now know that Ethan has very, very different standards from a lot of people. I was put in prison for like half a weekend, but it's alright. The prison food was great, actually.
Yeah.
But
so
they weren't like... We don't have any like major animosity, I don't believe, from our brief spell there. Not super friendly with them about it, but Berard let us...
for Zovril.
That's fine. Berard let us go, tried recruiting us again. He wasn't super persistent about it, but we actively wanted to avoid him and Luther, and of course did not. So now they know that we are in the area, and we have to continue on this way a little ways to the village Lastrup, where our contact is, and then make our way pretty much back through everything we just went through. I guess we could try to go around, but because Mount Chamberland is the opposite direction that we're currently traveling.
Yeah,
so
well, with water walking, you could easily dodge Brookfort again. So
Yes.
yes,
That's what we planned. That's what I was wanting to do from the beginning.
So whoever can prepare water walking, maybe.
I'll consider it.
As a heads up, Arastelle does not have that spell in her spellbook.
Oh, so only one person in the group has that, right?
Yes.
Anyway.
I don't know. I think I covered pretty much everything. There is a lot of details of Buchesen and the different areas, but other than that, that was the main points.
That's a good rundown for what happened. Yeah, you followed the mountain chain on its eastern side, just going down to Grunberg, trying to find your way to Walton. Lastrup is not far away from Brookfort, where we last left. On the road, you did meet some small things, but yeah, mostly the not revenge, but karma that Poppy enacted was pretty much one of the big highlights of what happened. And yes, you now know that Berard, at least Berard knows that you are in the region. He didn't seem pushy or anything. I mean, you spoke with them some time ago. They tried to recruit you. You told them that you were not interested. He probably just understood that was still the case. And you were on your way to Lastrup. I don't think you had missed anything much. Maybe...
When we finished last session, I think it was Kua who suggested that you show the map and show the route that we took.
Oh, sure. I guess we can do that. We will have a small geopolitic lesson on the region. You went south. You essentially did this as you arrived.
Which part of oh, I guess Rosengard was part of Grungard, right? Or
Obviously,
Grunberg,
the road is not like a straight line, but yeah, you get the point. it's following the... It's kind of following the forest.
Where did we run into Rosengard?
Probably around at the entry, which is probably around here.
Okay.
Or here.
Oh, that river right there.
Around these parts that you've met him.
Okay.
The people you've killed, probably around these parts. Or maybe a little further, but yeah, like around here.
And we made this in a day.
Yeah.
I mean, it is not a big region. So
Yeah, that's
it is just packed.
If he was like here, hey, wait, how do I do this? If he was like right here, then we would have done this the night before.
Yeah.
So I guess it just depends.
You have to go to Lastrup, which is not that far away from Bukfort. As for the regions, this is Volton. So it's probably like around this somewhat. Anslef is here. Walljäger is here. This is probably part of Walljäger and Mirwald also. Essentially, Anslef and Volton, very good allies, good friends. They like each other. And as of right now, here's what's happening. Grunberg and Walljäger are enemies of these two.
Oh,
And yes, you were correct. Anslet is supporting Volton because Grunberg is quite a big region. They have a lot of people, and Walljäger's strength is boats. So you probably will never ask them, but essentially there's Anslet forces here, Volton's forces here, and that's pretty much all they need to do. Walljäger is mostly naval, so they can't really do anything about that. So they're just holding them, and they're...
Ansleth is on the coast, though.
Yes, doesn't mean that they have naval strength. Anslet is mostly a land faction, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's pretty much the geopolitical state of the northern region. As for the southern region, I believe this was said a long time ago, but these guys, they're the bad guys, if that makes sense. Well, according to Volton, at least, they're the bad guys. According to Volton, well, when you spoke with them a long time ago, Edenwald were the ones doing like they were the problem makers, according to them.
Okay.
Wigenstad is the capital. It has the Volton color because the current Baron is under Volton's banner. It is I don't remember the name of the guy, but it is his father. So
Okay.
it's pretty much
Luther's father.
Yeah, it's Luther's father. He's the guy sitting here.
It's Frederick Hellenbrocht.
So that's pretty much it. And as for the southern region, there's Oberlands and Worcester are allies of the crown, well, of the crown with barony, and Zeden is with Edenwald. So there's people on all sides everywhere. That makes sense. And as you've learned last session, Wigenstad is currently being sieged. So, considering that...
Sieged by who?
Probably these two guys, because, well, they're not too far away. That's pretty much it. That's a quick history of what's going on right now.
Which capital was Berard talking about then? Or was he lying to us?
What did he say?
He said that Lastrup is very near the capital.
Consider that each region's capital sometime for Volton it is actually Volton. That's where the capital of the region is.
Okay, so there's an actual like city called these things.
Yes.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. If that's what and Lastrup is not the capital of Volton. It's just a flagship city kind of. Anyway, any question, Kubu? You had your mouth open.
I was gonna ask if Grunberg and Walljäger are allied with Edenwald and Zeden, or if they are two separates and they're trying to take the capital.
There's two factions essentially.
Okay.
Two factions?
Yeah.
So these
How
four
are
are together.
Ansleth and Volton part of Worcester and Zeden and Oberlands?
Probably political ties that connect them to the king.
Oh, okay.
Allegiances, things like that.
And these four are closest, so they probably all allied together to be able to siege them a little bit easier then.
Huh, okay.
Yeah.
So Zeden's part on the Edenwald side? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I do
Brutal.
need to open something else.
Yeah, the freaking capital is surrounded by enemies.
I think I may have been I think Zeden and Worcester I may have switched while talking to you. Give me a second.
Oh, okay. Take your time. not funny, but I did note when you said that Berard wasn't being pushy because he did seem desperate to me. And now I can kind of see why he was desperate if the capital is surrounded by enemies.
Well, since the last time you spoke with him, maybe things have changed for the worse or for the best, but yeah.
He seemed pushy at the fort, which was last night.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the current, I guess, geopolitical state of the place.
Wait, you didn't say it is. Did you switch them? What
No,
was the
so
actual
Oberlands
answer
and
to that?
Wachter are with the crown, with the capital.
Okay.
So yes,
okay,
they
but
are
he
being
didn't- Oh my
heavily
God.
surrounded.
That's pretty intense. Okay.
So that's the state of things. That's why Volton was looking for outside help, probably because they knew that things were looking grim. Or not great.
Yay.
So, back to us. So you were on your way to Lastrup after leaving Brookfort.
Yeah.
Sorry. Lastrup is a small way away. You saw as you left Brookfort that there was like a surrounding small village, nothing too big, and there was like a big military camp that you had to kind of go through, pass through before getting away from Brookfort. There seems to be a lot of people that have been moved there. So maybe Berard is planning something. Who knows? But yeah. Without a bridge, it may seem a little not the best idea in the world, but time will tell.
Yeah. So speaking of which, is this the next day? I remember we left off with me creating tiny hut
Yep.
for the night. Is it the next day now?
We can still be the day before if you have some plan or something in mind. I believe you did your little hut a little further away from the camp, correct?
Yes, I was a ways off so that they couldn't see the tiny hut. And I am waiting for next day so that I can switch my spells.
Good. So we can switch the next day, I assume.
Okay. And shit, I can't believe I haven't done this yet. I need to figure out what I'm going to get rid of.
Are you preparing water walking?
Don't tell him.
About
asking for a friend. Asking for a friend.
Yeah, we'll see when the time comes.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
I'm going to this is I have two people that I want to reach out to. I want to quickly send a message to the Grunberg guards at Brookfort.
Okay.
So
the one that helped you pass.
Yes, the people that were actually nice to us of Brookfort. How should I word this? And it would probably speak to like the guard that we had spoken to, the guy who like took us down to the water and then took us back up. I would say, if you were hoping that no one could cross the bridge, you might want to destroy more of the length so that no horses can jump over. And then I'll just leave it at that.
You won't get any answer.
That's
Probably
fine.
because the guy's not even sure what's going on.
I mean, he would recognize my voice, is what
Probably.
the spell says. But I don't mind a response. I just want to make sure that they have that as a thought for anything in the future. And if they take the advice, cool. If they don't, that's fine too.
You'll probably get a sort of a confused kind of answer, like, "Oh, what's going on? Who's talking?" Something like that. Guy's probably not used to these kind of spells, so more confused than anything. Like, who's in my head?
Yeah, that's fine. No problem. And then the other person that I want to reach out to is Loshiel and ask him for an update.
You want an update on what exactly?
He said he was going to talk to Onyx immediately, and that was over a day ago.
He will answer, I met with Onyx. I met with the council, and we will be looking into Kanza. He's on top of our priority list.
Okay.
Once I have more news, I will tell you.
Okay. Cool.
Any other thing you want to do in the morning? I assume no. Alright. So, I assume you pack your stuff. You continue heading back east. I mean, there's road signs and things like that, so you can follow roads and you'll find your way toward Lastrup. Obviously, on the map, there's no forest, like, at all. I didn't put all the forested areas that there are, but there's way more forests in there. I put mostly the biggest ones. Most of the roads that you take are surrounded by forest. Not everything has been removed. I don't know the English word for this. French is like défrichage. It's a very intricate
Deforested?
One. Deforested? Yeah, it's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
The English language. So yeah, not everything has been deforested, obviously. So yeah, the road is mostly like small plains, small woods. There's, like on the other road, like on the other side, there's still movement, troops, merchants, things like that. Life goes on. There are small hamlets here and there, communities that you pass through. That obviously people live there. A lot of, I would say that there's not that many people though. Mostly women and children that you see. You can probably estimate that a lot of people have been pushed toward the problems that are going on. Eventually, you'll get out of the wood, and you'll see in front of you this mountain, this peak, and you'll see Lastrup in front of you. Small town. It's a walled town. There's part of the city that's out of the walls, but the walled area, from what you can see, a little further from town, the walled area is kind of half circular, like half a circle. Uses the mountain as sort of defense. In the center, like on the mountainside, right over the city, there is this very big carved and built statue of like an armored knight that's just brandishing a sword forward. It is gigantic. It towers over the city itself, looking southward. It looks gigantic over the city. And surrounding the city, small town, out of the walls, a lot of fields. Seem to be people working in the fields in this morning. As you approach the city, the closer you get, the more the presence of this statue, how towering it is over the city, can be felt and can be seen. The city gates are open. As you approach them, as you approach the town, you can see that there's no like army camp or anything. It's all further away from the front, if that makes sense. And you are not being stopped, or nobody is batting an eye as you pass through. Obviously, you can probably see, especially you, Zovril, with your 20-something perception. Yeah, obviously guards will be looking at you. You are armed. Small group of adventurer or whatever you guys are, but you seem a little out of place, but they're not gonna ask any question or anything of the sort. You are looking for a man called Marko, I believe?
Yeah, Marco Polo.
Marko Polo? Yes. Now you're looking for his very late, very distant cousin, Marko Klawber.
Yes.
How do you find him? What do you do as you get into the city?
So, Lochiel said that he had an office in this town.
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine that being a business or whatever, people would know his name. We should ask around, or I don't know, go into the town square and see if we see a office for this person. Strixhaven, or we could ask for a Strixhaven office. I think, right? Maybe.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You go around. You ask some people for a Strixhaven office or anything of the sort. And or maybe just using his name. You were given his full name. You are being pointed to the direction of a place called the 9th Street Emporium. And if you ask where it is, you're going to be told that it is on the 9th Street.
I don't think Arastelle would ask that. That seems like such a stupid thing to ask. Maybe that's Poppy.
I said if you ask,
not either.
When you
Come
ask.
I
Can
don't
I
know.
see any
Sometimes you
signs
ask
for
them.
streets?
As you
Okay, so
proceed
head
to
over
the
to
9th
them.
Street,
Mhm.
I assume you got up like very early. It's not that far away. Okay. As you proceed to the 9th Street, I mean it is a clear sunny day. It is a beautiful day actually right now. Clear sunny day, barely any clouds in the sky. It's actually quite hot. Some clouds will be welcome, obviously, to get some shade. As you get to the 9th Street, the city is like very well defined, very square-like, if that makes sense. All of the streets are numbered, and they're all is it perpendicular? Is that the word I'm looking for?
Perpendicular?
No, the other one, straight, like
Hello.
parallel. All right, they're all parallel to each other, obviously, and they're all starting at the mountain and going outward, and they're not following this sort of like circular town like wall. They're still like all lined up.
So it's a grid.
So it's a grid, yeah. Actually, not really a grid, because there's like just one central street that goes the other way. So, as you reach the 9th Street on this bright sunny day, you can see that the next street ahead, the 10th Street, is like it has this line of shady darkness that's all come from the sword that's passing right over the city.
That's kind of cool.
And
Is that what time it is?
It is 10 in the morning.
Yep. Clever.
You can see that the statue kind of act as a clock, per se.
Nice.
The city.
That's really cool.
As you dig through the 9th Street, you eventually find a small shop that has a street front that's called the 9th Street Emporium. It has the Quendrix colors for those who went to Strixhaven. So the white and the teal, and the sort of like sky blue. And yeah, there's windows, but they're all you know when your car has like dark windows.
Tint.
Tinted?
Tinted? Yeah, they're kind of tinted. Like
Very
they have
magical.
like they're the same like Strixhaven like color, so they Quendrix color, so they're like teal tinted.
Okay.
If you like get close to them and look, like you can actually see through, but from the street itself, not really. What do you do?
So we're gonna go in.
Yeah, walk into the business.
Like this business, it's probably open. So you walk into the business. Do you knock?
No,
No,
it's a business.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. You
I'm
walk
just
into the
making
business.
sure that we're paying
Wait.
attention.
I try pulling the door.
You try pulling the door.
Yep.
It works perfectly.
Ah, good. Okay, it's not a push door. Good to know.
According to building safety, according to code, your main door has to be a pull door.
Just note to get out, guys. We have to push.
Because if there's a fire and people are like being crazy and all, the push door is safer to get out.
Who is making these regulations? And is that why there's like a feudal war going on here?
Yes. You now understand that the real enemy is bureaucracy. Obviously.
This is such a wild thing.
No, but that's an actual real regulation, right?
I think so.
Yeah, but like
Commercial buildings door have to be like pushed to get
today,
out.
yes? Do you think that this was a thing back in the day?
I mean, if they're intelligent enough to have like a functional society, I assume they understand these kind of things.
They have fire issues all the time.
Yeah,
Magic.
there's.
You guys must not have heard of the one. It was like a recent thing in like the 1800s, I think, of the really bad building, and that's when these regulations actually.
Yeah, no, I assume for real world this was something that happened in like late revolution.
Yeah.
When people started to care.
Yeah. I don't think that these regulations would be a thing back in the day.
Probably not. Probably not.
But
unless
maybe
you really
Bobby
want to have
time traveled into the future.
Unless bureaucracy truly is the enemy and these exist already.
I do really like the idea of this feudal war being a thing because
of stupid
the
regulations.
Don't want to do these stupid regulations.
I think the best would be if these regulations were actually like very good, like very helpful, and there's people that are like, no, we won't abide to them rules.
To be fair, that is a helpful regulation for safety reasons.
Yes.
But yeah.
Tyranny, I say, tyranny.
Yeah.
So yeah, you enter the shop. There's these little bells that start to ring as you enter. As you look, there's no bells on the door. There's no apparatus or anything that would make this sound.
I was just about to say, didn't we pull it? How did the bell go off inside? But that makes sense, okay.
There's just a bunch of like magical bells that seem to be ringing. It's a small shop. There's a lot of like, for lack of a better term, for you magic users, there seems to be a lot of like junk. Artifacts laying around everywhere. There's a counter. There's a bunch of junks on different tables. There's things that seem to be hanging from the roof on like ropes and things like that, from the ceiling, I mean. And from a door at the end, you can see coming from the basement a man that seems to be running from the basement. And he just goes, "Welcome to the 9th Street," as he has a top hat that he will just like flick as he shows up. He's got like long black hair, small beard that he hasn't shaved in maybe like 4 or 5 days. He's an half elf, maybe 5'8", 5'10". He does his little like hat routine, put his hat back on his head. He does a little bow. My name's Marko. How can I be of service?
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is all mine. Especially when I see new faces.
We were sent here by, what's his name again, Arastelle? I didn't go to Strixhaven?
We were sent here by Strixhaven.
I guess that could have been said too. Yeah.
Oh, yes, right. Leshiel told me about
That's the name. That's who I was looking for.
People that will come by. Well, again, my name is Marko. Pleasure to meet you. And Leshiel didn't say much. He just told me that you were looking for some information in the region.
Yeah, and I'll push Zovril forward.
Hello, friends. Yeah, we're looking for some information about what's going on at Mount Chamberland, and we're told that you would have information.
I don't know why you guys are being so vague.
You need to be a little more precise. A lot of things are going on in Mount Chamberland. I mean, the mines are hunted by creatures of all size and kind. The peaks by wyverns and other flying things.
We're talking about the falling star that crashed.
Right, that makes sense. That's nice. You know about the falling star?
Not
are you
much,
like
but
are you like also like interested in the stars and astrology and all?
Shield wants us to check it out. We're
Right.
contracted by Strixhaven to investigate certain things as they see fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
This is
the
one
falling
of those
star, I assume.
things. Correct.
yes.
Well, close the door behind you, milady, if you don't mind.
Is he talking to me or Poppy?
He just points in your direction. But the guy has clothes like almost like a circus ringmaster. That makes sense. Like he's got like a very long coat. He's got clothing that does not fit together. Very colorful. Doesn't go with his top hat at all.
If that's the case, then I'll just respond. We already closed the door. What do you mean?
I meant luck.
Oh.
I have to show you something.
Okay,
I'm sure you'll be very
guess
interested.
Arastelle will go over to lock the door.
As you lock the door, you can hear more bells ring.
I was expecting Grim to say roll for initiative.
Something you'd be very excited to see. Fireball.
Rochelle has the worst contacts.
He kind of does.
So, the falling star, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to follow me, he goes to the same door that he went when he came back from downstairs. Like, he opened the door. As he opened the door, it's stairs going up that are there.
That's awesome.
I'll follow behind.
I hope the travel was not too difficult.
No,
We were able to navigate fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you came by boat?
No.
What?
Navigate.
Traveled from the north.
You never navigated roads before?
No, I traveled roads. Hey, to each his own. If you wanna go on roads with your boat, it's up to you. You're going upstairs right now, and there seems to be a lot of stairs, by the way. At some point, they kind of go like left.
Does the staircase reach Strixhaven or something?
No. But it's an old trick of mine. This house is quite old. You see. By the way, outside the house was like 2-story high. Most of the building in this city don't go further than that.
So, how far are we traveling then?
He brings like a pocket watch out of his coat. He should be there in a second. And there's like another turn, and there's a door like right there after you turn. Voila, more like 3 seconds, but that was close enough. He opens the door. It opens into a large circular room that looks like a sort of like star telescope kind of room. Like there's a big telescope in the center of the room.
Isn't that what an emporium is?
No.
Emporium is more of like a bazaar, so to speak. Place like just a shop with a bunch of whimsical trinkets and such.
Okay.
This is, I forget what the technical term for it is though.
Yeah, an emporium is not this.
Planetarium.
Planetarium.
That sounds
observatory.
right.
Observatory.
Observatory would be more.
Yeah, observatory. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like an observatory.
Okay.
There's a lot of tables laying around, bunch of notes, library of books on the walls, with like a ladder that's on sort of wheels that can go all around the room. And the roof of this room is straight up open. You can see the sky, and there's this like big telescope. Welcome to my lab.
Are you able to see the fallen star from here?
Well, I saw it when it fell. Right now, obviously, I can't really see it, but what I can see, he goes to the telescope. It's a very big telescope. He just like nudge it upward slightly, and he moves a sort of tube that you can look into. If you would like to take a look, madame.
here to figure out the location of the fallen star, sir.
Okay. And Poppy will then lean in to go for it since Arastelle didn't.
As you take a look, you can see that this telescope is looking west. You can see the peaks westward, and you can also see sort of waves and ripples of energy that seems to be like, I would say, gathering in this sort of location, like waves that seems to be dragging toward this area. What you see, little girl, is the currents.
Yeah, so you might want to look at this.
There's a suspiciously high amount of them right now between Chamberland and Grand Pic. I believe this is what you're looking for, because this is what I've been looking at for some time now. It is extremely suspicious.
I don't know. Okay, I guess I'll take a look at it, but as Arastelle, I don't think I would see any difference if, yeah, the telescope
you don't
shows
see
currents,
you see what you usually see.
Yeah, so I'll just say
it seems to be
Poppy, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, all the currents going to the spot on the mountain. That's where we're going, right?
That's where we're going?
Right?
As you look, by the way,
is that where the fallen star is?
As you look, it does look like what you usually see, but much more heightened. I mean, obviously, when you can always see the currents, but it's always subtle enough so that it doesn't ruin your life. If it makes sense, because if it was like very apparent, you would always have this in your line of sight. They're kind of everywhere. This would be a problem.
Okay.
But when you look into this, it does feel like they're heightened, like there's very clear lines and a sort of gathering of this magic that's accumulating in these sort of area. You can see, you've seen the currents a lot. You feel like this is unintentional, if that makes sense. These lines of currents you feel are being stretched, or being, their stream is being like moved in the direction they should not. They're being pulled.
Okay. Poppy, what did you see?
Like, really? It kind of look like what I experienced with like the time like rip, you know what I mean? Like how it was really, really intense magical energy and stuff like that. But like,
I guess you could see it that way as personal experience.
Yeah,
it's not the same thing, but I mean, it's the closest you've ever seen.
Yeah, I would probably say like it's the closest I've seen to like what you're seeing in there. Like what I see in there is similar to what I saw with like the rip in Silk Meadow near the mountains.
This telescope is able to see the currents?
It looks like it. Is that what you usually see?
Yes.
Oh, I'd get sick.
It's something that I've always seen.
Well, that's the magic of it. It's not the telescope itself, obviously, but it is. He will go a little further into the telescope. He will remove he will pull on some sort of slate that will pull out, and you'll see these sort of very thin pieces of glass. Arastelle, you can see that there's a lot of currents going through these pieces of glass. They're probably magical. He will pull 4 of them. If you place these correctly, and if they're well made, they help you see the currents. At least these kind of anomalies into it. Also, it gives good zoom if you actually look at the stars, and it will push all of them back.
That's really fascinating. How did you make something like this?
This was my major. When I graduated, I always liked, stargazing kind of, so.
That's really cool.
And at Quendrix, I had to find an excuse to to kind of meld stargazing and knowledge of magical currents and all of the yada yada together, which I did. What you have right now in
Hmm.
front of you is a life's work. Well, actually more like 12 years of work, but you get it.
Have you ever read about or seen anything like this before?
Like this?
Yeah.
It's the first time I
Well,
see it. First time I have the luxury of experiencing it. Like when it fell on the sky, like when it actually like pierced through the night sky, it was literally the best thing I've seen ever. Like through this telescope, I could see like this sort of like green ball of flame pierce through waves and layers of like current energy. It fell. It was like the colors and all of like the explosions, the movements. It was marvelous. Probably it's the best thing I've seen in my life. It was worth the 12 years.
Is this the first thing that has fallen from the sky before?
First thing I've seen. But it will go around the room. It will go to the ladder. He will go maybe like 3 or 4 steps into it, and he will give himself a little push, and you'll see like his sword ladder, and will go around the room. We'll stop, like dead on track at the place. We'll pick up a book, but it's not the first time this happens. It happened a bunch of times before. And he will put the book on the table, open it. It happens maybe like every 20 something years. Happen from time to time. Special thingies. I don't know much. Most of the time it's just pieces of raw energy. And they're not part of the currents, they're not, but they're there.
And you said every 20 years, that seems?
Not 20 something from what this I got from this book. At least the last one was you will open the book. According to this, it was 24 years ago, give or take. It was not here, though it was far away. It was around Chimnicum, I would say.
is there any research laid out in these books? Did anybody like go look at these sites after these?
Oh yeah, yeah. As I said, most of the time it's mostly like they call this cosmic wastes. I think that's the term they're using here. So mostly rocks. From what I gathered, people use them to like make weapons, things like that. Kinda nice. I mean, it is what it is. But it's kind of cool. It means it's material that we don't have here. So if you have an expert craftsman that can do something out of it, and it's like raw, like as cosmic energy or energy, like it's magical, but it's not like current magic. So it can still have properties, do cool stuff, but we can't tame it. Like it's its own thing. And also, you will go and fetch another book. There's also this one, which I'm not quite sure, but according to, we'll look at the book. Dr. What's his name? Federico Mar. The end of the word is kind of blurred. According to Federico, there's these creatures that come from there, and he will open the book. He will point at like drawings, like sketches. Federico looks like a madman, to be honest, but according to him, there's like things up there that live, or at least dwell. I don't know.
What
so yeah.
kind of creatures?
According to him, according to his research, he called them. According to him, he called them demons.
Arastelle's heart will like sink at hearing that.
Are there any drawings in that book that look like this? And I'll create a minor image of the demon we fought in my hand.
Well, you will turn the pages. Not like this one. Maybe you should wear some clothes. Maybe remember the demon you fought. He had like was just ripped, no clothes.
Yeah.
But
I recall.
there's something that kind of looks like it. It will point at another demon-like form, horns, ripped, all of that. Very similar, but still slightly different. Again, it's a sketch. It's not very good. All of the creatures, all of the things you see also in this book, they all have these sort of like cosmic or star-like features. They're always blurry a little. It doesn't seem like a bad drawing, but more like a choice that was made.
Stylized.
Yeah. It all feels like they're very, very dark, and there's like he's trying to like make a sort of ethereal, cosmic feel to these creatures, like they're not all there. And
So
this
like...
was the feel that the demon you fought had also. You could see like the stars through him. You could see like he was not fully corporeal.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So this is like pretty much standard for what we know of demons at this point, or is this different than
It's pretty
like our
much what
general
you know
knowledge?
about them.
Okay.
Or at least about what you know about who you fought. Also, you had fought some of his creatures that also shared this sort of visual, if that makes sense. Also felt like they were from the night sky. Actually, if you go through the book, Arastelle, one of the sketches looks awfully close to the sort of like cat creatures you fought in the basement in Bezos.
Have you fought any of these creatures before?
Fought? I am a man of the
Yeah.
school, not a man of the field.
So have you ever run into one? They're
No.
aggressive from my experience.
I haven't. Should I? No? Okay, good. No, I haven't. Then perfect, good. I've never seen these things, which is good from what I gather. And they exist. So Federico, whatever his last name is not a madman.
Unfortunately.
You got it.
Well, that's good to hear. He will go back to his sort of wall of books, and he will place the book in another like spot.
Moved it from the fiction.
Pretty much.
That's funny. From fiction to historical reality or whatever.
Have there been many people asking about the falling star?
Beside the authorities, no.
Why?
I mean, I had contact with some people in the rest of Buchesen when this happened. I know that Grunberg was interested in it. Obviously, I mean, it kind of fell on their turf. So, but that's all I know. I assume Grunberg investigated. I mean, with all that's going on.
Why does the what did you call it? The cosmic, I don't know. Why does
Waste.
Cosmic waste? Thank you, Poppy. Why does it do what it does to the currents? Is there anything like that? Is there an answer to that
Well,
in your book?
Maybe you can tell me. You're Turnborn, right? You
Yes,
can
I
see
am.
you can see the current.
Yes.
Well, give me a second. You will go through like a small locker, small chest, and he will bring out. He will actually bring out like pieces of stone, just rocks that all looks kind of shiny. Seems to have many different colors to them, almost like like a puddle of oil on the ground, like
So you're talking about the shine?
the shine. And when you look at a puddle, like if there's like a puddle of oil on the ground, like in water,
Iridescent.
it's iridescent. Yeah, there's like multiple
Oh,
colors and all of
okay.
that.
Yeah,
all of the
iridescent.
rocks that he brings out, when looked at different angles, sometimes they're more like purple, blue, like the shine is different. Do you see anything special with these? You will lay them on the table.
I'll take a look at the rocks and see if I see anything different.
You can see that they seem to repel the currents. Like the currents are like moving elsewhere.
But you said that you've never seen cosmic. Oh, I've already forgotten what it was called.
Cosmic waves.
waves.
No,
Okay.
I said that
I
I
keep wanting to say.
never went on the field, but I do own some of it because, well, who would I be otherwise?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, maybe I would be Federico, but I'm not.
So, why does it do this?
It's a very good question. My assumption is that by not being from here, they're not bound to the same rules. These things and the currents don't mesh well.
Did I see this type of like pulsing around the one demon?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the
or
demon.
The creatures.
The demon you
I
fought
thought-
and
I
the
thought that they
demon-like
were
creatures were all at the same thing.
Okay, I thought that the currents were just repelled by them.
I mean,
So-
it can affect them if you force the currents, but by itself, passively, the currents will not go near these things.
So
Okay.
the currents avoid it, but they're still magical in nature because they're pure energy, you said?
Well, some very good blacksmiths are able to turn this into daggers or arrowhead, or obviously such a small thing cannot be used for anything. And I know that there's people that were able to actually kind of make powerful artifacts with this.
What is this material called?
Honestly, I have no idea. I just call them waste. That's me.
So, when people make them into daggers or arrowheads, it's just a cosmic waste dagger?
I mean, you can give them a name. I never really went that far.
Do you think that because these don't interact with the currents, they'd be more compatible with like more forbidden magics types since they aren't connected with the currents?
Good question. I mean, technically, if we're able to harness this, it could be the fourth forbidden magic.
The fourth.
That would be one of the biggest discovery of, like, I don't know, all time.
Do you know what those artifacts did that were forged from this stuff?
I know very, very, very few about them. But I do know that they're very, well, efficient at just stopping magical effects. The only one I know about is this sword. You will go and fetch a book. It has a bunch of like swords and weapons and things in it, like old book of artifacts. The X-Breaker. The mighty X-Breaker. And he points at the sword. Looks like a very cool sword in the book. Obviously it's all drawing. This sword was known to be able to have its master become impervious to magic. And we're not talking like just like protecting yourself. No, literally impervious. Like if magic was to be, like if the currents were to be like shown around you, like it will just stop them. Well, according to this book, that was written about 240 years ago, but I believe in it. Wherever this sword is, whoever has it right now, I'm pretty sure magic is not a problem for this guy.
If people put magic into it, does it react negatively to it?
I tried a lot of things with these, and no bad things happen to me. So that's I guess that's a good thing. Obviously it doesn't do much. Sometimes the rocks kind of crack in half, but it will pick up two pieces that you can see that you can clearly just, if you place them together, they fit.
This sounds very similar to Imperium metal. Are they the same, or how are they different?
I'm no blacksmith. No, what Imperium metal? Never heard of that.
You didn't get any reports from Strixhaven when they were doing the expeditions in the or the what was that called? The chasm?
I've been out of Strix for a long time. I mean, I get some news here and there from some old colleagues and friends, but that's all I get.
Oh, you're not working with Strixhaven. You're just an alum.
Oh, you can call me alum, advisor, kinda.
Okay,
Gotcha. Okay.
I see. Never mind
They
then.
wanted me to be a teacher at some point, but I refused.
Never mind then.
I'm curious though. Imperial metal, like, is this? It has similar properties.
Yes.
It's more volatile with repulsing the magic, though.
Oh, well, I guess I'll ask Strixhaven about that. Maybe they have some.
I'm sure they do.
So, you wanted to go to the Falling Star, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you able to be our guide up there? Because we don't know how to traverse that mountain.
I've been living in Buchesen all my life.
So yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a yes. I can help you if you want. And with your eyes, and he points at Arastelle, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to find what we need. But you may need some help.
Mm-hmm.
He will go look into a bunch of things, and he will come back with like a pair of very ugly goggles.
Goggles, yeah.
Yeah, goggles. Google. I see what I
these new
did.
Smart AI goggles, the Googles.
Yeah, he will bring back a very ugly pair of goggles.
Okay.
And this is for you. Oh, you should try them on so we can maybe fix the sizing and all.
What are these?
I am fully aware that you can already see the currents, but this will
Yes.
let you enhance this sixth sense of yours.
Okay. I'll take them and try them on.
As you try them on, you have the same kind of view, I guess, or this enhances the currents in a way that it's almost disturbing.
Yeah, overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. Yeah, it's worse than when you actually cast detect magic. Like it is. Yeah, it's overwhelming. But it lets you see much better and clearer.
Okay.
What you can already see, but it also lets you see farther away. So it's even worse. But with this, we'll be able to. It will act like a small version of this. And he points at the telescope.
I'll probably quickly take off the goggles and kind of step back, feeling a bit dizzy. Do I have to wear these the entire journey?
No. I mean, if you have if it makes your head hurt, we'll just use them when necessary as sort of guide.
I think that would be better, yes.
Perfect. And have you had breakfast?
We
Well-
have.
I assume we woke up from and had breakfast inside the tiny hut.
Poppy has
Oh, okay.
mimosas on.
Yeah, I thought that Poppy said that this is a mimosa kind of day, and she's already
Hey,
saying,
listen.
she already had lunch or breakfast.
Yeah, she drank all the
We
mimosas by
had
herself.
We had a little breakfast, but we could use a brunch, maybe.
What about second breakfast?
Does Kua know about that? The second breakfast thing? Not sure.
Yeah,
Not sure you know.
he saw it on his first watch of Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah,
Second time I've seen it.
Well, I know just a place. We can go on 13th Street. There's an old place. We'll be able to get whatever we need for the journey and a good lunch.
Okay, sure.
Well, let me take my traveling hat and we'll be ready to go. He will go to
Perfect.
your drawer, open it, and there's gonna be a lot of different hats. He will change his top hat for
While
another hat. It's another
While
top
he's
hat,
doing
it's
that-
just different.
Oh, okay.
while he's doing that, usually observatories have like kind of like a slit in the
Uh-huh.
roof and
Yep.
stuff like that. I'm gonna poke my head outside the roof to see how high up we are.
Sure. As you do that,
This spatial magic.
you can see that you are very high. You're probably like 150 feet high.
When I look down, what do I see? Because like
You're over the city.
Are we on the statue?
You are actually on the sword of the statue.
wow,
The sword that's just like
That's fun.
that's very fun.
yeah.
Huh.
If
So,
you look around, you can
the-
see
the
like
statue-
the knight's helm and the sword with the arm.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll probably go out and turn around like, oh,
Yeah. The statue is more than a huge creature.
a little
Yeah.
bit bigger than huge.
It is.
It's
It is more than a
colossal for
huge
sure.
creature. Yes.
I'd like to cast a 9th level wish and say, I want to animate.
Animate.
This.
Well,
Animate
sadly for you, the
object,
statue
but
is just like a torso coming out of the mountain, so it's just gonna be stuck
Perfect.
here. But he's gonna defend this town, that's for sure. I mean, good luck taking it. Yeah. If you look down, yeah, it's very high. It's actually probably more than 150. It's probably higher than that.
That's cool.
Yeah, he picks his stuff. He's ready to go.
I'll pop my head back in.
He will take
We're pretty high
some
up.
books before he leaves. Also, put this in his bag. You can see that this bag, he just like opens it, shoves a bunch of things in it, with no
Mhm.
regards.
Just so we know before we get into the situation, what is your plan of action if we run into one of these creatures from your books?
My plan of action.
Yes.
Well, as I explained to you earlier, I am not a man of the field.
So
I
what
will
is your
leave.
plan?
Run away, obviously.
Okay.
Okay.
You won't do
Okay.
the same?
No,
Oh well,
probably
which is
not.
own.
I mean, I guess it
We'll
just
see.
depends on what kind of creature we run into.
Take note that these boots are made for running. Literally.
And that's just what they'll do.
They're very good for running. Arastelle, if you look at the boots, yeah, there's a lot of currents going around them.
Oh. That's fun.
And
It's
this guy is an emporium. He probably owns a bunch of weird and useless magical items, but some of them maybe are a little more useful than others.
Can we bring one of your space waste rocks with us?
Yeah, I mean, here's a gift. He will throw one at you.
Cool.
Do you catch it?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
No, it hits Poppy in the head.
Cool. Just kidding. Lots of little rocks. No.
Oops. So yeah, he brings the stuff, ready to go. He will show you a small place on 13th Street, where they actually serve mimosa.
Perfect.
They serve
place
brunch.
would always
They're very
do
limited in
mimosas,
their
too.
options right now, but they do have mimosa.
That's the only thing that they have.
It's the only thing that matters, honestly.
We have one human-sized barrel.
Yeah, what's your largest pitcher size? And tell me why it's a barrel.
You'll have a good meal. You will talk about the town. We'll ask you where you're from, like these kind of trying to know each other question. How, I guess, honest are you?
Poppy will indulge everything.
All right.
Indulge in the conversation.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably say that I'm from Silk Meadow. Even though I'm not, because we know that I'm from the Grove.
Fair enough. I mean, everyone's from Silk Meadow these days.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of a la mode. Oh, I'm just from Silk Meadow. Center of the world. This kind of place. I would ask some question on what you do, like who you are, if you had nice adventures, things like that. I mean, he's as you said, he's more of a scholar, so doesn't go out too much.
Oh, we've got so many good adventures. Not concerned about the wyverns up in the mountains at all.
Wyverns and other things.
Well, the other things are easier, but the wyvern, that was hard.
We'll get rid of them. Besides that, if you're ready to go back toward Chamberland, you will be eager to go. Especially since it's still like the morning, so it's kind of perfect moment to leave.
Sure.
Does he have a spellbook with him?
He does have a spellbook with him, yes.
I'm gonna ask him if he has. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if Zovril prepared it, but I would ask if he has Water Walk.
He will say yes.
Okay, great. So, worst case, he can use it as a ritual.
We'll say yes. Obviously, what kind of wizard does not have Water Walk in his book? Yeah, exactly right.
I'll just go.
Wizards from Silk Meadow, I guess. Oh, I mostly have utility spells, but Water Walk is one of them. It's kind of useful
That'll
when
be
you
helpful.
want to not get wet. There are no worse feeling than having your socks wet. No?
Inside boots as well. Even worse.
Imagine having wet socks while you're wearing boots. I try not to walk too much in the water. On your way back to Chamberland?
Yeah.
Do you plan on passing through Brookfort again, or do you have another plan?
We'll water walk it. On a nice spot on the river.
So go through like the woods and just water walk the river.
Yeah,
All right.
I think try to go as straight of a line as we can.
Yeah, obviously. Can you roll me? I'll go with a perception check, please.
Passive 19.
Oh, 18.
I got 18.
18, 19, 19. 18, 18, 19, I mean. Okay. Get back toward the river, a little more north than Brookfort, trying to skip it, not go through it. You end up in some small woods. They're well maintained. There's a small hamlet close to it. These woods are probably used for chopping woods, mostly for the winter, so you won't get lost in these woods. There's no harsh terrain. It has been mostly well maintained. You're able to find a river quite easily. Just go west, and it's easy. As you approach the river, I assume you're gonna ritual cast this?
Yes.
Either or.
While you are ritual casting this, Poppy and Arastelle, you can see on the other side of the river, you can see movement. river is quite large. You can't really, like, you can see that there's movement. There's clearly people here and there. Arastelle, we can see at least 2 different person.
Hmm.
They're visibly trying to hide themselves, but they're not that great at doing it, it seems.
Okay. I'll bring that up to the group that I see a few individuals over there trying to hide. But we have passes.
We aren't going through legitimate means to get in there, so they might be weary of what we're doing. I could understand why they're cautious or trying to scout us out.
I guess
How,
that's fair, but if we were to explain that it's because of the Volton guards, then maybe they would understand.
Probably. I'll get my paper ready, and I'll get the thing from the one guard prepared.
All right.
And I will stand guard over Marko as well, and kind of shield him if they decide to attack or anything.
Okay. You get your ritual done. Y'all start walking to the other side of the river.
Mm-hmm.
As you get pretty much to the middle of the river, you can hear someone's voice just shout, "Stop right here! Halt!" Seems to be coming from the wood in front of you.
The guy that you can see poking his head around the tree.
Yeah, you can see clearly someone that's standing up. He's got a long bow in hand. He will wave at
stop.
you. What
Wave back
brings
while holding
you?
up the piece of paper.
Do you say anything? Do you shout anything?
We're religious folk on pilgrimage. We didn't want to go through the warring spots. We have passage.
The bridge is broken.
This man will go like to the edge of the river. Will not put his feet in the water. Will point at Poppy. Come here. Fly to us.
I'll be right back. It's water walk, not water hover, so I'm gonna run over to him.
Okay. As you approach, he will ask again, "What brings you here?"
Oh, we just had to run through. We came from the north side to go pick up somebody as a guide through the mountains because we are going up there for religious pilgrimage. And so we're on our way back over there.
He will pick your worth of passage. We'll start reading it. Oh, you do have some panache to move about in these times. He will give you the document back. And you're going to Chamberland mountains.
Yep.
Oh. All right. Well, you should be more careful.
Yeah, we didn't want to get hung up at the bridge again. We passed through there the first time and it was a hassle. So we know magic, so we decided to just go around. Or at least one of us does.
Was that you yesterday?
I was going to say, does Poppy recognize this person?
Right, I mean, you don't recognize the person, but obviously he does know who you are.
Yeah, we were with the horses, but we were gonna walk across the water with the
You're
horses,
the one who
but
jumped
we
to
didn't have
Volton side.
Yeah.
You had people bring horses down for no reason, right? Yeah, I heard about that.
We were gonna do this.
Yeah.
This is exactly what we were gonna do, but we didn't have it prepared.
I see it. Yeah, no, spellcasting. Huh. Well, I mean, you were more prepared today, it seems.
Yeah, we thought about it.
Right. Well, I mean, you gave the camp a good laugh, so that's kind of good.
Yeah.
glad that you found what you were looking for.
Mhm.
Well, I guess I wish you the best.
Thank you.
And you can tell your friends to.
I'll wave at everybody. We're good.
I'll keep going then. I'll start walking again.
Yeah, across the river.
Good. You cross the river. You head toward Chamberlain, and if you
Does
don't mind, yes.
does Marco have a horse?
Yeah, he does. He has a magical horse.
Oh, find steed. Something along those lines.
Oh, okay. Are you talking about Feinstein? I'm like, what is a magical horse?
Yeah, he found Steed. Yeah.
Okay. He
He-
cast
yeah.
Feinstein.
He went all Gandalf.
Oh.
Just called for his horse and just appeared.
Shadowfax.
Yeah, just called for Shadowfax. No, he used Find Steed. Yeah. We are on our way to Mount Chamberlain. Going from Lastrup to Mount Chamberlain. I mean, if you're leaving around maybe slightly before noon, getting to Mount Chamberlain, will probably take a big part of the day. You'll probably start going through the hills surrounding Chamberlain, like by the mid to end of probably more like the end of afternoon. Arastelle, if you do use the goggles from time to time, this can help give you some slight direction.
Yeah. I would like put it on for just a moment to get an idea of the direction that we have to head and then take it off.
At this point, you passed through a bunch of different like patrols and small hamlets and things like that in Grunberg. You were asked for your writ of passage a bunch of times. It always worked, no problem here. But you can see that there was fewer people. You've met fewer people than the day before on the roads. There's much less troop movements. There's just much less people. So they're probably all stationed somewhere. Or maybe something is going to happen. But yeah, you eventually start going through the hills between Mount Chamberlain and Grand Pic. You leave the last hamlet behind. You know at this point, according to your guide, that there's not really any settlement between where you are till you get to Versberg, which is like on the other side of the mountains. Between Grand Pic and Chamberlain, there's quite a lot of space. That makes sense. Like it's hills and mountainous, but there's like you don't have to go like up the mountains per se. There's like a valley.
Valley.
So, yeah. Can you all roll me a survival check?
22.
Did you say 32?
No, 22.
Okay.
I got 10.
13.
13, 10. All right. Your guide seems to know where he's going. According to him, he knows the region. He's been passing through from time to time. He's been in Buchesen most of his life. So even though he's not a man of the field, he kind of loves to go around and see the mountains. And he often comments on, "Oh, things have changed." You know, these kind of comments that's like, "Oh, I'm surprised. Like, I'm not lost. Trust me." kind of comments. "Oh, this wasn't there last time," or these things. But he seems to know where he's going. From time to time, he's asking Arastelle for like guidance on, are we still in going the right direction?
Yeah.
The sun is slowly falling. Night is rising. He would ask, should we stop for the night?
Mm.
You can light our way, but maybe it's safer. You don't know what you can find in the darkness of the woods.
It might be smart to stop for the night.
Yeah, I think we should play it safe. Just not knowing what we're looking or gonna run into.
Yeah, especially in the middle of a war zone.
Sure, yeah. I did see that. I did see some footsteps on our way. We did cross path with probably some soldiers that passed through recently. So I assume that
Mhm.
chances are that we'll meet some people from Grunberg.
Well, they won't necessarily see us, but we might see them. And I'll ritually cast Tiny Hut.
Oh, interesting spell.
Yeah, I thought all wizards have this in their repertoire.
Well, those that go in the field sure do.
Yeah, it's a great utility, even when you're doing leisurely stuff.
Well, it will sure be great utility in my spellbook. How about we trade?
All right.
And this will give us something to do for the night.
Yeah, I love that idea.
It's
Let's
still way too early to sleep it off. Got plenty of time. And as he entered the tiny hut, I do have. He looks into his bag. This, and he brings out a bottle. It looks like a hard liquor bottle.
Hmm.
This may not be mimosa, but still tastes good.
Schliebowitz.
Start crafting the hangover potions.
Who am I to say no to a drink?
This
so
was
I'm able to add. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm able to add Water Walk then to my spellbook.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And he's gonna add the Tiny Hut to his spellbook.
I think I just have Tiny Hut, but they're essentially the same thing.
Yeah, they're the same. I know that most wizards don't really like to share their secrets and share their spellbooks with others, but I always believe that this was the best way to make friends. And that other wizards are old Scrooge. So that's
We are both graduates of Strixhaven. Where else would we learn this type of magic? So
well, one of
Sharing
my
Wayland.
old nemesis from Strix, Michael his name. He also opened a shop. All he sell are bollocks and like garbage and all. He calls them like artifacts and high quality magic. Now they're all shit. And this guy, he would not let me learn anything from his spellbook, even if I paid him. He was an ass.
That just doesn't. I don't understand why he would behave that way.
Competition. I beat him when we were like first year at Strix. I beat him in all the tests, and then he was like, "I'll be your nemesis." He didn't have this voice. It was like more, "I'll be your nemesis" or something like that. And yeah, this day on, here we are.
He actually said those words to you?
Oh yeah, like that. Like, I'll be your nemesis.
Can I roll insight on this? This sounds made up.
Sure.
Oh, I got it at 1. Okay. I believe him.
You sure do.
Is his shop in Lastrup then?
No, he tried to open one there.
Where?
In Lastrup. But
where is he now?
Right now he went to the southern part of Buchesen. I believe he went to Bunfeld. He tried to open shop in Lastrup, but we do have good legislation in Lastrup. And there's only room for one emporium in Lastrup. And I opened mine first.
Interesting.
So thankfully
Is that
we
a
had
new regulation?
very good regulations.
I'm hearing a lot about these regulations.
I did not go to Laurel, but I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of Laurel people making sure that all these legislations make sense. Glad that they're there.
Is that why there's the wars going on?
No, not at all.
I just had to make sure, guys.
No, the war is something stupid.
Oh, and that's not. Oh, I'm sorry.
Our current lord has been sitting in the capital, has been sitting in Wiggenstadt for forever almost. And yeah, the lords of Edenwald kinda never liked his face, so it took them a long time, but they were able to rouse some banners, and there we are.
What's wrong with his face?
Never seen him, honestly. I wouldn't know.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all I know. From what I gathered, I think they believe he kind of bought his place on, like, at the capital. Honestly, I couldn't care less. Problem is that it kind of hurt business. Like when this happened, like they came into my shop and they forced me to kind of hand them over everything that could be used as a weapon. So I kind of lost business.
Wigan, the Lord of Wiggenstedt came to your shop and took your items?
No, a Lastrup.
For the war, though.
Yeah, my glorious, dangerous artifacts were confiscated by the army as
That's...
for the war effort.
Did they at least compensate you for it?
No. Well, I mean, yes, but like they gave me like 15 gold.
That doesn't seem reasonable at all.
Oh, exactly. That's what I said. They kind of told me it was for the greater good of the realm, blah, blah, blah. Good thing they didn't know about my observatory, because I guess they would have taken that too. I don't know.
It's awful.
It is. I'll probably get everything back, I hope, as soon as this is over.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I hope it's going to be over soon. Anyway, water walking. Here's my book.
Thank you. And I'll probably turn to the page of Tiny Hut, which is like literally the last page because I just learned it. I kind of don't really want him to like look through the pages, so I will turn the page for him.
Oh sure, he understands privacy.
Yeah, cool.
And yes, he will offer a bottle of 72-year-old aged cognac.
Oh, look at that.
Sip on that for sure.
Why did you say it that way?
Feel free to drink it all. And that's been held in this bag for so long. I never drank. I never drink alone, so. Also, I feel like this
Pour
is a
Zavel
special
a glass
occasion.
against his will and give it to him. I'll volunteer him to that.
The last hangover potion might be iffy.
Arastelle, did you want a glass or no? I know you don't usually drink on work stuff.
Is that really the case? Is that what you
From memory, the last few times that we've had drinks with strangers, you've passed up the opportunity for it.
She'll take a
just coming
glass.
up with a face. Okay.
The night goes on without any trouble. You do hear some wolf howling in the night, the usual night sounds in the forest and the mountains. I assume you do drink a big portion of its bottle.
I have a glass. Don't
Yeah, I
assume
would just
things.
only have one. I think that
Please
that's like
don't.
a polite thing to do. I don't want
Yeah.
to get
Everyone
trashed.
takes a glass then.
Yes,
Yeah.
a glass.
You share spell books,
Mm-hmm.
and again, you will ask for some like adventure stuff, personal stuff. If there's things you really don't want to tell him.
I probably haven't told him about time magic yet, but he'll probably see that soon enough.
Sure.
Maybe. We don't know.
Probably.
He might run away.
True.
So the next day, nothing happened tonight, as I said. You break camp. You take the road again. Well, there's no road, but yeah. Head toward what you can see. Can you all roll me survival again, please?
17.
Worse, 5.
14.
All right.
Did we see anything in the night, by the way? Tiny hut, you can see out, but people can't see in.
Yeah.
Did we see anything
I
during
said
the
you
night?
don't see anything like out of the ordinary during the night.
Okay.
Like it's the night. You're in some hills and some woods. You probably see some critters, some animals pass by, things like that. But nothing like out of the ordinary. You don't see like a bunch of soldiers or anything of the sort. You start early. You keep going through the mountains. You are deep enough into the valley. You can see Chamberland on your left. You can see Grand Pic on your right all day long as you are slowly passing in between them. You have to go through multiple small, what river streams? Yeah. Go through small streams, small rivers that you can probably just walk through if you don't want to use. I mean, if you have ritual cast, doesn't take a spell slot, so you can probably just ritual cast water walking, be safe for the day. Be safe every time you need to. You can see, Arastelle, that you are approaching. There seems to be a large sort of agglomeration of currents that seems to be converging toward the same point. Poppy through the woods eventually. Zovril, I guess, more better passive perception. You can eventually see in front of you a sort of like greenish glow as Arastelle starts to believe that you are close by.
How far ahead is it?
Through the woods, you would say probably 200 to 300 feet.
Okay.
You are past the two mountains right now. Well, you are past Chamberland. Grand Pic is still to your north. It's a little more western than Chamberland, so at this point, you know that you are probably not that far away from Würzburg. Maybe an hour or two, more like 2 hours from Würzburg.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
assume this
I
was
know.
like up the mountain, not like in between them. That's
too.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. As we get closer, Arastelle will turn towards Marko and say, I know that you'd like to see the star, but you might want to stay back just a bit in case there's any of those creatures.
Right. I mean, do you want me to stay here?
Just stay further behind us. Whatever you feel comfortable distance.
Here's what I'm gonna do. He will open his book to the last page. He will cast Tiny Hut. I will stay here. I will drink one more glass of this bottle, and I'll be in this safe haven, and I'll wait for you to find me back.
All right.
And if you're not there by nighttime, I'm going back home. So,
Just a reminder that if you leave the hut, then it disappears.
right. I'll keep mind of that. So, good luck, and yeah, may the seven
Thank you.
guide you.
Thank you.
And you'll see him disappear into the hut.
Mm-hmm.
So you leave him beyond in his invisible hut. You approach the side. Arastelle, if you put the goggles on, it is overwhelming every time. There's a lot of currents that seems to be melding and merging into this direction. You all eventually breach the woods, and you can see this crater in the ground. It has this sort of big green stone in the center of it. You would have probably expected something bigger if you've read about like craters or these kind of formations in books or whatever. It seems to be well contained. It seemed to have been like coming straight up as a line. Like the crater is almost perfectly circular, and there's all of these like sort of minerals or stone formation that seems to be scattered all around it. They kind of look like the stone that you've been given. The cosmic waste, called them. Roll perception.
I just rolled
22.
my new dice for the first time, and I got a 19.
Nope.
Nice.
Plus 4 is 23.
I was hoping you would get a good roll.
Good.
That would have been sad otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it would have been sad, but
And I
it's
got a
also the
2.
curse dice. I love it that I did well for this.
So 23. Zovril.
22.
22. Poppy.
11.
11. Arastelle. As you all stand there close to this crater, you, even without the goggles, you can see this sort of vortex of currents that is like encircling the central stone, but at the same time you can see that their distance is being forcefully pushed away. It's like the currents are trying to maybe the feeling you get is that the currents are trying to like overwhelm or attack or breach this thing, try to maybe heal as it's not supposed to be there. The currents are trying to are being pulled here in a way to try to suppress this or try to heal from this or whatever this thing is doing, but they cannot get close to it. They're being repelled,
Okay.
as you could see with demon, as you could see with the stone that you've given. You have this feeling that maybe you can try to help with your recently acquired powers.
I was thinking of doing that. I'm kind of confused what it's trying to heal though. Because is it doing something different than the stone that we saw that Marko gave Poppy?
It is doing the main difference is that the small stones that you received, that you were given,
Mm-hmm.
the current is just like being slightly repelled, like it's ignoring it, if that makes sense.
Okay, and
For this
the
one,
currents...
clearly the currents are like being attracted there. They're being moved there. They're being forced
Okay.
there. Think of it maybe as white cells trying to cure an infection.
Yeah. Okay. All right
But
then.
this thing being what it is, like the currents themselves don't seem to be strong enough to be able to do anything. They're being repelled by it, but clearly the current is trying to seize this as a threat in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That was a good description, by the way. Yeah. Then I would definitely try helping the currents.
All right. Do you like? Stay there? Do you go closer to it? Like, what do you do?
I would go. How big is the crater? I guess I should ask.
Give me a second. I can probably tell you that.
I know that I can't manipulate the currents further than 15 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that in mind, I might have to get closer.
Oh, you will probably need to get closer, yeah. The crater itself is probably like from one end to the other. It's probably like 100 feet.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah.
How deep is it?
It's probably like 20 to 30 feet deep, so it goes like in a sort of
Are
like
the sides
funnel.
like can we like climb up and down easily, or is it like straight up and down?
If you go like 50 by 30, I mean it's probably the slope is probably like difficult terrain if you go up.
Okay.
I'll say to you two, it looks like the currents see it as a threat and it's trying to heal the area around it. I think I should go help.
Okay.
Do you want to come with?
Yes.
Probably a good idea.
Okay.
Did you have any issues when we fought the demon in Thessos with the lack of currents?
I remember feeling very sick, but no, I didn't have any issues.
Okay.
Haven't
just
haven't currents like channeled through you before when we fought things that they needed to be like healing and such? Like when we fought over in the corruption and stuff like that.
Yes, yes.
So they're probably gonna channel through you again, aren't they?
Hopefully to not that extent. I think it would be a bit more easier this time. It's not the power of the gods.
just let us know if anything weird starts happening to you or whatever, so we can try to help.
If I start to disappear, maybe you should act.
Okay. If you're disappearing, we will maybe do something, yes.
Arastelle not laugh at this, by the way.
Nothing else.
So you go down. Do you all like go down, stay close to Arastelle? I assume you do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You slowly go down the slope. You can probably just slide your way down there almost. The slope itself, like all of the dirt looks charred, probably by the heat of the impact. You get close. You start to concentrate on the currents. You can both see Puppy and Zovril. You can both see that Arastelle seems to be entering this sort of trance as she's trying to, I guess, manipulate or use her sort of current powers to try to help the current breach whatever is stopping them. Zovril, as this is happening, you can see up the slope. you can see your, I was gonna say spirit animal. Yeah, you're
Exactly.
Valerian.
yeah, Valarian. You can see Valarian. He's sitting there, and he's, as you see him, he's looking at you, and he will just stand, and you will lose sight of him as he goes somewhere, almost as he's trying to maybe guide you or something. Um, Arastelle, can you roll me? I'll just go with the spell casting roll,
Sure.
like you're trying to
Okay.
cast a spell, an attack or something.
I'm gonna use my new dice again.
Can you
I got
die?
that one.
Oh.
I'll give my session inspiration for that for a reroll.
Alright.
Okay. I can't
Yeah,
believe
sure.
I got a nat one
Poppy,
already.
you can see that Arastelle seems to have difficulties, maybe like some sweat,
Mhm.
grin, sort of ruckus
Can
on
I,
her
like-
face.
Can I like almost like rewind her a little bit and kind of reset her, so to speak?
Oh.
Would that
Yeah,
be
I guess
okay?
that
Can
could
I-
be a way to say that you
Okay.
use your inspiration for her.
But only like mm,
3 seconds.
what's the word? No, yeah, well, I don't want you to actually use time magic because we know
Right.
about time magic's thing. So whatever word I'm thinking
Whatever
of.
works.
Oh, nat 20, let's go!
Et voila!
That's
Easy.
amazing! From 1 to 20. So,
Inspiration well used.
yeah,
Yeah.
24.
Yeah, it didn't go into another like.
Unless you're talking
failure.
about Arcana. Were you talking about Arcana or straight, like, intelligence?
Oh, like an attack roll, like an attack spell. So
Spell
intelligence
attack.
plus
Oh,
proficiency.
spell attack? That's 28.
Yeah, like I would say like a maestro. You are trying to conduct the currents, force them, try to have them dance around this thing and be able to find their way to its core. You can all see Arastelle in her trance start like moving her arms around. You see like magical runes and magical like sort of energies that follow trail as she moves. You cannot see what's going on with the currents, obviously, unless you put the goggles on. But Arastelle can. Still, you can see that the currents are able to swirl and swirl until they do find ways into this thing. The other two, as Arastelle in this sort of trance, you can both hear sort of screech, and you feel like the wind is almost stopping around you. As you look around, you can all see that it's becoming very, very dark around you, almost like you're surrounded by a night sky, by this sort of haze of night. And as these sort of like ethereal creatures, humanoid creatures appear, I would like you to roll me initiative.
Oh, very cool map.
I will let the both of you move your characters as you see fit.
So which way did I see Valerian?
Valerian was this direction.
Okay.
I think I would have more so slowed down time around Arastelle to give her a second to think. I think that would have been a better way to describe that assistance.
So you do see a large amount of ethereal humanoid form that slowly appear from this sort of like haziness, the sort of night sky that's engulfing area around you. They seem extremely ethereal, like they're here, but they're not very there. They often have like this sort of spirit that follows them, and you can see that they, like the demons you've fought before, the demon creatures you've fought, they also have this sort of like night sky to them that you can see through their ethereal form.
Mm-hmm.
most of them seem apathetic. Like they seem to not really care. Like they seem slow. Go ahead.
Apathetic.
Apathetic. Yeah, apathetic. And this word is art. What the hell?
Apathetic.
Apathetic? It's a thing.
Sure.
It's getting me.
Apathy.
Yeah, apathy I can say. But it's apathetic.
Apathetic.
That's apathetic?
Yeah, that was
apathetic.
better actually. That was good.
Which is funny because I'm pretty sure I can say that my attempt was pathetic and I don't have a problem here. But I guess the...
Oh, just put an A in front of that.
Yeah,
then.
I guess I'll just have to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah. These creatures are surrounded. And I did not roll initiative for them.
I was like, there's no way that he already rolled initiative.
No way.
There's a lot of creatures here, guys.
There is.
Alright. Arastelle, you are going first.
Am I?
You are.
Wow. Okay. So I guess it would. This is like weird that I'd be going first. I guess like maybe Arastelle like feels something odd appearing, and that's why she's able to act first because she was just in like a meditative trance.
Sure. I mean, I can have
Okay.
the next one go first. How am I?
No. No, it's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think I'm good. Thanks for offering that.
So we'll go with
Uh,
Arastelle first.
Yeah.
Take note, the
um,
Abomination is the big one here. He's
Uh-huh.
first in initiative.
Okay.
He did go first.
What did he do?
He did that. That's what he did.
He summoned everything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Since he was the first thing that appeared, then I would probably attack that thing. You'll have to remind me, Grim,
Mhm.
from our encounter with the demon, did we find that they were weak against one of the elements?
I don't think they will.
Like
I-
radiant or something?
No,
No.
they were not
Okay.
affected in any way by Radiant or Necrot. Well, I mean, they were affected, but there was no
Okay,
resistance
I
or
might be
Why
vulnerability.
confused.
Why do I feel like it was ice that was? Or is that for the stuff from Dalcor?
It was Dalcor for the ice.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, I might be confusing the two of them. Okay.
These guys, they
well,
do have a vulnerability, but that's,
We don't know it yet.
That's best I can offer.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to try. I'm gonna shoot a lightning orb, chromatic orb, at the abomination. Oh, I don't know. 15 to hit.
15 will miss.
Damn. All right. I was trying to move somewhere else, but we're kind of surrounded right now. I think. Oh, you know what? My book should be here, Grim.
I can put a book. Here's a book.
And I think for my bonus action, I'll move the book.
Sure.
I'll end my turn so that someone else can go.
This is a little out of subject, but if you ever feel like drawing something, maybe drawing your book so we can make a token for it.
Sure. Good idea. Thanks.
If you feel like it.
Yeah. Any inspiration to draw more?
That's it for your turn?
Yep.
Good. You see this guy start running toward Arastelle, and this guy start running. That's a dash, by the way. They'll go like real fast. They're straight up running, beelining. They look extremely aggressive. They look angry, and the few emotions that you can get when you actually see a face through the haze, they look extremely angry. And this one will attack Arastelle. I've got 16 and a 6.
The 16 hits, unfortunately.
That will be 10 fire damage.
Okay.
And this is gonna be the turn. It is Zovril's turn.
I'm gonna move and try to hit this guy. I mean, I know, like, obviously I can technically summon spiritual weapon, but after I just saw Valyria,
You can still summon him.
Okay, I just want to make sure that
I
we're.
mean, are you the master or is he?
Yes. Yeah, so I'll summon my spiritual weapon.
Alright.
And then I will try to attack this guy with my hammer. Hopefully at advantage is better. Okay, thank goodness. 24 to hit.
24 hits.
So that is 11 points of damage, bludgeoning and radiant.
How much? Sorry, misheard.
11.
11.
And then I'll attack with my spiritual weapon.
Yep. I placed it there. If you want to move it somewhere else.
Yeah. Not too much further. So that is 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay. So that is 10 points of force damage.
Alright. As your hammer, not hammer, it's as Valerian. I'm so used to it being hammers. As Valerian pounds and I assume just bite through it, you see this thing kinda shrivel and get warped by the force damage, and it will disappear in a scream of rage.
I will share that force damage. Seemed to be effective.
Yeah, I expected things to be quite fast on understanding what was the...
I've
got 3 different damage types on my turn, so hopefully one of them.
So force is the one we want to use?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Anything else, or is it Poppy's turn?
Just kind of move. I'll try to, I guess, kind of try to get between Arastelle and this side of everything at least.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Slow right here. And they all need to make a saving throw. Wisdom 15. Wisdom 15.
All 3 of them?
All 3 of them.
The 2 grief, they will both fail. Solitude and the Abomination will succeed. Only 15?
Only 15 right now. Yep. I know, I said the same thing.
15 is actually pretty high.
Can be.
Probably.
Mine is 15, but if it's I'm using my spellbook, then it's 16. So I have a +1 spellbook.
Yeah, and I've got the whatchamacallit, the Bloodwell vial that brings it up to, that's what brings it up to 15, otherwise it would be 14.
Yeah.
Oh, but like you have cleric and you also put stuff into con, so it makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Anything else on your turn, Poppy?
Yeah, do you need me to read you what slow does again? So that way you
yes.
recall
that would be
it. Okay.
a good idea.
Anything that is affected by it, speed is halved, takes a -2 penalty to AC and dex saves.
Okay.
And it cannot use its reactions.
Okay.
On its turn, it can either use an action or bonus action, not both.
Okay.
Regardless of abilities and magic items, it cannot make more than one melee or ranged attack on its turn. And if it attempts to cast a spell, roll the d20, 11 or higher. The spell does not take effect until the next turn. At the end of each turn, it may make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And then for a bonus action, I think I want to use... I think I trust you guys to do some good area of effect damage, so I probably won't do anything here. I can find my tab for this. Yeah, no, I'll stay right here. That's okay.
So it's gonna be Solitude's turn.
Yep.
These two are just gonna move. This one's also gonna move. Oh, this one can get here. I forgot about this guy last time. Too bad. There we go. Zovril, you see this person slowly approach you nonchalantly, like a little wobbly. You're not so sure. It doesn't seem aggressive or offensive or anything. But as it gets close to you, I would like you to do me a wisdom saving throw. It is a mind affecting ability, so if you have anything for that.
I got charm.
It is not a charm, no.
No. I'm debating if I want to reroll or not. I think I'll reroll. Wow. Okay. Well. 11.
11? Alright. You will take 9 points of psychic damage. And you will feel alone. You will feel like you cannot count on anyone else. Not your friends, not your gods, nobody. And you will feel sad with this loneliness. You don't know why.
Better than normal?
Worse than normal. I forgot it was your normal, sorry. Yeah, it has no effect.
Broody helps.
Or in game turn, you will not be able to accept any spell or help that your friends could give you, nor you will give any.
Damn. Okay.
He already doesn't heal us. Don't worry about it. We're good.
This spell does
It's not
nothing
like
to me. I don't know.
normal.
Yeah, it truly is a normal day for Zovril.
Thing right now.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna get hurt a little bit, but
Poppy, I would like you to do me 2 wisdom saving throws.
The lowest one was a 7. The higher one was a 21.
So 21 will pass, 7 will not.
Right.
You'll take damage from the 7. You'll take 9 points of psychic damage, and like Zovril, you will also feel extremely lonely. It's gonna be Grief's turn. It's just gonna move here. I will need a small version of that. Yes, there it is. I will go with
What?
both of you. I would like the both of you to do me a wisdom saving throw.
Is this regarding being charmed?
No, but it is a sort of mind control effect.
I'm going to use one of my inspirations.
Alright.
Fuck. I got a 13.
11.
Alright. 13 is enough.
Whew.
11 is not. In any case, you will both take 4 points of psychic damage. While succeeding, by the way, you feel like this thing... you feel... with your loneliness, Poppy, you suddenly feel like You're in a huge pit of despair, and you also feel like something is trying to delve deep into your mind.
Oh no.
Great, 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 great.
And you feel like you're slowly losing some of your will and some of yourself. I
I
would
hate this.
like you to roll me 1d6.
1d6.
Actually, 1d3.
1d6 divided by 2. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. That will be a 2.
It'll be a 2. You
Yeah.
can scratch off one of your first level spells.
Okay.
Hate this so much.
It's
Awesome.
gonna be the Abomination's turn. He's just gonna like circle you, looking at you, but he's not gonna pounce or attack or anything. And it's gonna be Arastelle's turn.
Oh my god. I'm going to move my spell book for my bonus action. I really wish that I'm gonna just try to get most of the people off of us. So, I'm going to cast Rhymes Binding Ice from my spell book.
Okay.
It's gonna like, oh, that's not the right one. Whoopsies. It's going to go. If I only I was a little bit better at this. Grim, help me! I'm trying to get this line, and then it's a cone shape. So I just want to get this line here.
Like something like that.
That's it, yeah, and it's 30 feet. They have to do con save 16. I am using force damage. I'm using my book's ability to change the element of the attack, so I'm going to use force.
They
And-
all failed.
Perfect.
My best roll was a 12.
Fantastic. So this is 3d8.
And these things in Constitution.
That is 13 points of force damage.
13.
Yeah.
They're all dead.
Okay, good.
They all disappear from the blast, mangled back into the cosmos.
I'm going to move over here.
I guess we can get rid of that.
Yeah, thank you. And that's my turn.
All right. Anger turn. This guy. 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. He will rush straight at Zovril. Again, screaming his heart out. This sort of ethereal scream that seems to be coming from everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Zovril, 2 attack on you. The first one, what's the bonus on this guy? Okay. The first one is going to be 19, the second one 14.
The first one hits.
14 does not.
Correct.
13 points of fire damage. As he
I'm
pummels
going
you.
to wait. Sorry, is this a spell attack or is this just
It's just
them?
attacks. Yeah, he's just like pummeling on him. It's not a spell.
That sucks. Okay.
He just does fire
Sorry.
damage. Second one on Arastelle. This one is probably not gonna hit. I've got 14.
Miss.
Both miss. It's gonna be Zovril's turn.
For this area of effect here, does everything on the edges not get affected?
In the best of world with AoEs, I prefer when you actually place them in a manner that fits the map. So we don't
It's
have
supposed to
this-
be him on the center, though.
Yeah, it's centered on me, and I made it
Sure.
25 feet.
Yeah, maybe taking 25 feet was not the best, but
You made the spell.
yeah, I know. In hindsight, maybe it wasn't the best, but yes, let's say that they're all in.
You can just do 30 feet if you want.
That'll give it.
Sorry, what did
I'll
you
split
say?
the pie in two. They're in, but they have cover, so they have +2 AC. Sound good?
Yeah,
That's
why
fair.
not?
That's a fair
Yeah.
deal.
I'm fine with that. I'm going to cast Hammer Storm,
Sure.
Everything
which is a
okay with
lot of.
Does that
A lot
hit
of
us
attack.
technically then? Because he can't do anything that
No.
helps us.
Yes. Cannot help you, so that hits you.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's yeah.
Well, what is the wording of this hammer storm? I want to know the wording of this.
I believe he decides who's not affected.
Yeah, so like why would he doesn't see us as enemies, right?
He's alone in the world. He
But he
cannot
still
do
doesn't see us
anything
as
that's beneficial
enemies.
to you. I
That's not
would say that
beneficial,
this
that's
is
just
beneficial.
being
What do you-
neutral.
Yeah, that's
That's not
Okay.
benefit. We're talking about like buffs as beneficial. This is just being neutral.
That's the
You're
point.
just
That's the
being a
point of the attack from these guys.
You're being a jerk. The point of it is for bless or for healing, and you're adding this as a thing.
The easy way out of this is for Ethan to move the fuck away from us.
Yeah,
Where's
that will be
Zovril?
a solution.
yes. I'm gonna miss out on people though, and take an
Hey,
opportunity.
if Zovril
attack.
feels like he's alone and he needs to swing on us, then
According
Yes,
to
swing
Grimm,
on us.
pacifism is a
Pacifism.
benefit.
We'll just get rid of that. Let me
It's
unmark my spell.
it's not pacifism. It's betrayal. That's the way I see it. It's loneliness.
do
But
we
you just
see
said
each other
anything that
physically or no?
benefits. So you're saying
No.
benefit of pacifism is a benefit.
I mean, obviously this is homebrewed. The intent is anything that helps others or anything that helps you, you cannot accept. So in this instance, or things like, hey, my spell I can decide who to not affect. No. These are not your friends. These are you're alone in this world. That's the point of this. The effect.
It's like I wouldn't be able to do careful spell.
Right.
Another example of that.
Exactly.
That's completely different, though, in my opinion.
But it does the same effect. I can choose up to a certain amount of people for it not to affect.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The
but you're
same exact
using
thing.
something to choose people. Part of the spell is that it's whoever you want it to be.
I get
Like-
both sides.
Yeah.
I guess just to move it along, I'm just going to attack with my hammer and my spiritual weapon. I'll go spiritual weapon first.
So I guess my big question is, do we see each other as like people not to attack, or are we seeing each other as enemies?
You don't see each other as enemies, but you actually don't really see each other.
Okay, so that's an important thing too, because if Zovril doesn't see us by him, would that make him want to use? Like that's that. I'm trying to get in that mindset right now of like what I'm
The
going to be
mindset you have to
considering
go
for
through
spells.
is you're alone. This
So I don't see Zovril or Arastelle pretty much.
I mean,
like they're kind of blurred out.
obviously
so to
maybe
speak.
none of us experienced that like before, but the goal is to have it shares this extreme feeling of loneliness, being like alone in the world, having no friends, having no family, having nobody you can rely on,
So
things like that. It is psychological, obviously. It's a psychic damage
Yeah.
attack. I mean, it's unless we live through that us out there, it's hard to kind of connect with the idea. But that's the idea. The idea that at the end of the day,
My-
right now, Zovril, his state of mind, even though he understands that he has to kill this thing, suddenly he has this sort of deep, sad feeling of just being alone. That's what he gets. Obviously, in game term, is that he cannot accept or give anything beneficial. That's the shortened way to say it. But yes, in case of like deciding who's affected by spells, you guys don't exist anymore for him. Like he's alone.
So if we don't exist anymore, then how could he actually target us?
You're still there.
because the spell still hits everything within the area. He's
Yeah,
just not
the
able to
spell
choose
it's
us to
everything,
not
and he
be hit
decides
by
who
it.
he doesn't hit.
Well,
So he
You cannot
probably
decide
doesn't know
not to
that
hit
we're
you
right
if you
there.
don't mind. If
I mean, I
you don't
technically
matter
choose
to him.
who I hit, which is a little bit different.
Does it say
Sorry.
that specifically?
Yeah, I make a melee spell attack against any number of creatures, so I have to choose who I'm attacking, not who
Fair
I'm
enough.
saving.
I'll go with my old wording
Okay.
in this case.
Okay.
So
So
this
he
will
doesn't see
work,
us,
but
but-
careful spell will not, because careful has
Right.
to remove people from the equation.
Right.
So
Okay.
you could still use Armor Storm and decide I want to hit that
Okay.
guy, that guy, that guy, that
Because
guy.
he
that
can't
guy.
see us, so he wouldn't choose us then.
So I'll abide by the rule I made, the way I rolled the card. I'll say it like
thank
that.
you.
Okay.
I honestly thought it was written the other way around.
No, it's yeah. You can make a melee spell attack against any number of creatures within the radius.
Good. So we'll go with that.
Okay. Let me just roll 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rolls really quick. So we'll start top and go.
Yeah, let's start with
clockwise.
this fella here.
Okay. So
Wise,
that's
I
a
guess.
27
Yep, that
to
hits.
hit, 20 something to hit, 10,
That miss.
16,
That's it.
21,
That's it.
19,
That's it.
and miss.
Okay, so miss this guy here and this guy here.
That's really good.
Okay. So starting back at the top again. 4. So the first one's 13 force damage.
Goes away.
The second one is 16 force damage.
Goes away.
And then I missed that guy, so moving on. 11 force damage to the next one.
All right.
Yeah.
He takes it. He's still there.
10 force damage to that one.
He's still there.
And then one more. 12 force damage to the one at this guy here.
He's still there. But
Okay.
just let me place some.
And since my spiritual weapon summon, I get a free action with it.
Yep.
So that's a 22 to hit.
Uh-huh.
So that's 11 more points of force damage to this anger.
He goes down.
Alright, and then I'll attack. I'll use my bonus action to move and attack this one again. That's a nat 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
See, when you roll like 20 die in a single turn, at some point you're bound to.
I
That
mean,
is
that's
true.
fair, but he's actually popping off with his rolls
Yes,
right
yes.
now.
I mean,
Thank goodness.
I feel like he bought a new set of dice right now.
Now
This
it's
is
just-
gloomy dice.
That's a gloomy dice?
Sorry.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's forced into gloomy mindset, so he's just popping off right now. That's
Yeah.
And,
this is
Zavril's
amazing.
time to shine
Exactly, yeah.
is when others don't see him.
You just like mega buffed me this round.
He's like, I'm always alone. And then he goes Super Saiyan.
And that was another 16 points of force damage.
Also goes down. Is it all or is it Poppy's turn?
Yeah.
I think you just hear some My Chemical Romance coming from Zofril's body.
Poppy, it's your turn.
Yeah. Poppy's gonna pull out her staff, a frostball, and she's gonna cast it right here.
Yep.
So Valyrian will also have to roll this as well.
Miriam
Hopefully
is
use your weapon.
yeah.
Cool. Phenomenal. Fireball would be a dex save. Go off of sorcerer thing is 15.
They all succeed.
All succeed.
My lowest dice was 50.
I just rolled it online. 37 damage. I didn't want to roll 8d6 because I've only got
Okay.
2 by me right now.
Oh.
So 37 divided by 2 is what?
18.
18. Yeah.
And I'm in this as well, right?
No,
You are
you're
not.
just out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But if you had gone in one step, yes, you would have been. But yeah, no. 18 damage to both of them. I think Poppy will probably like move away. It's right here. Like back over here-ish.
You can see that
and shrink a little bit.
while they're affected by the ball of frost, they don't seem as affected as they should.
Okay. Good to know.
Maybe like space creatures, things are acclimated to the cold.
Maybe.
It could be Grief's turn. You're all separated now.
Gotta keep them separated.
He's gonna come into melee with you. He's gonna try to grab you. You can
Okay.
do athletics or acrobatics check as to not be grabbed.
So alone, I want to be held, so I let him grab me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes,
What are
you
you,
sure do
Zovril?
that.
I'm grabbed for sure.
You're
I
grabbed
got
for
a
sure.
6.
Huh?
Yeah.
A 6?
I've got a 6.
Oh yeah, you're grabbed for sure.
Yeah.
You are grabbed for sure. Can you please do me wisdom saving throw?
Let's get another fail in here. 13.
13, you do fail again. You will be taking 17 points of psychic damage.
What happened?
As this thing hugs you, you just remember
Even more sorrowful.
Yes, all of the bad memories, all of the moments you were sad and crying, they all come back to you
Oh man.
in a single instant, like a surge of very, very sad emotions. You don't feel like casting spells or anything right now. You feel like the 4-year-old you were the first time you remember something that made you cry.
Yeah,
And-
Poppy probably drops her staff and just kind of drops to the ground on her knees.
You feel the embrace of these things, maybe like the embrace of parents or a mentor, someone that you loved you when you were young, and you are paralyzed as long as this thing is hugging.
Okay.
And,
Do we notice that she's paralyzed?
Oh, you can see that she's just dropped her things,
Okay.
and it is the abomination's turn. Seeing the turn of event, this abomination will rush at Zovril.
Must get the weapon in.
This thing will try to like eat your head off at first. I assume 17 will not hit.
No.
It will try to just claw your heart out in this case. That's a D12. I'm rolling.
Jesus.
Give me a second.
That's fine.
You didn't yeah.
Worse than 17 and the same roll. So no, that's gonna fail. I've got 15 and 15, so I assume this will not hit also. It is Arastelle's turn.
I'm going to cast Catapult.
Uh-huh.
I see a rock right here.
Oh yeah, there's
Wait,
plenty of rocks and stone everywhere.
No, I want to throw this one right here, and I want to shoot it down this path here to
Sure.
at least maybe hit one of them, hopefully.
All right, it's a dex save,
Um,
I believe.
Yes, a dex save of
So-
16.
Angry Man will succeed, and the abomination will fail.
Okay, so the abomination will take 3d8 force damage because I'm changing the elements of catapult. 15, and then 21 points of force damage.
All right, that's a lot of damage.
Hell yeah.
You see this rock just like rocket through the creature's tail. This creature has like no back leg, it just has a very, very long
Mhm.
tail. The rocket through it, the tail like smoke will open up in this perfect circle, and you'll see the tail kind of fall off and disappear in this haze. This creature has no tails right now, it's just 2 front leg, a belly,
Okay.
and
Okay.
anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna try shoving this creature away from me with a telekinetic shove.
Sure,
Strength save of 15.
I fail.
Okay, so I'm gonna push him away from me, and I'm going to move as my movement, and then I'll end my turn.
Sure. Remember, going up is difficult terrain. All these creatures have been going
Difficult
down. so-
terrain doesn't matter for me, I believe, but let me just double check.
Why?
I had the same thought.
Ring of free action. While you wear
Oh,
the ring,
shit.
difficult terrain
Right.
doesn't cost you extra movement.
Oh my
Perfect.
god. Forgot
But
about
yeah.
that.
I was like, why? I expected it to be just a no, this does not affect me kind of moment.
No, I'm being serious.
Yeah. All right. So this thing is being shoved. Is it prone or just pushed?
The text doesn't say that it's prone,
So it's probably just
but it
pushed.
could be.
It could be. All right. So
I
probably
don't
just
mind
pushed.
the idea of it being prone.
It will just go in for Zovril, closest enemy. This thing is anger incarnate. It just want to hit the bunch things, so... Zovril, first attack with advantage. That's gonna be 19.
Yep.
And second attack with advantage, that's gonna be 15, so I assume this will miss. That's gonna be 9 points of fire damage. It is Zovril's turn.
After we've killed some of the creatures that were attacking us,
Yes.
does the grief go away for normal people?
Normal people.
The grief goes away after a minute, so no, it does not go
Okay.
away. The solitude, I mean.
Right, yes. Alright. Heck it, I guess we'll just do Hammer Storm again. And from here, I don't think that it should hit anybody else. Oh, that's a little bit too
That's a
big.
very big one.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll just be these two.
Mm-hmm.
16 against Anger.
Yep, that hits.
23 against this guy.
Also it.
So against Anger, meh. That's 11 points of damage, force damage.
11. Alright.
And then against the Abomination, 15 points of force damage.
Alright. This goes through the abomination. It is still there, but there's a lot of pieces missing that seems to be just trying to leave back to the haze.
Okay. Then I will use my free spiritual weapon attack. That is 25, if my math is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's 5 points of force damage.
The abomination finally disappears.
Oh, nice.
I rolled a 1 on my damage die. Are these guys still here?
These guys are still here.
Okay, then I'll use my bonus action to miss.
Poppy, you can do a wisdom
I
saving
lean in.
throw.
Oh, I was gonna say I lean into grief. I fail. I lean into grief.
You are still in the embrace of
I nuzzle grief's bosom as I cry.
but as you do, you'll feel its embrace slowly dissipate as it disappears. You can see also, Zovril, that anger is slowly just disappearing
Oh.
by itself, slowly fading
Good.
away. And grief add 2 HP, so it is gone. It is Arastelle's turn.
I think I'll get closer. And attack him with the currents.
Sure.
Yeah, you can blast a stream of currents at a creature. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. 15.
I fell.
Okay.
I got a 2.
Oh, terrible. Okay. 5 points of pure damage. Plus 4, so 9 total.
Plus 4. Right on the
Yeah.
mark.
Oh, nice. Okay, great.
It shatters and explodes as the current hits it.
I like that for the story. I'm glad that I was able to actually kill it with that attack.
You can see, by the way, Arastelle, I forgot to tell you, but even though you were not chanting anymore, the currents seem to be able to restrain and engulf the meteor slowly. Your help was enough to at least give them a push that was needed.
Okay, great.
I'll-
Arastelle will go.
Stop initiative.
Arastelle will go over to Poppy to check on her. Well, I guess both of you guys are kind of alone right now, huh?
Yeah, they're both alone. They both feel like trash, probably.
Can I try dispelling this?
You can. You're not sure if it's gonna work.
Yeah, I think Arastelle would try to dispel because it feels like a magical effect. Do I have dispel? I do have dispel. Okay. Do I have to roll?
Don't have to roll.
Okay. All right. Does it work?
It does not.
Damn. Well, what would I do
Poppy,
here?
well, both of them will take a minute for both of them to come back to their senses. Be themselves again. Poppy, I mean, even though you're both under the effect of solitude, obviously you don't care if Arastelle tries to, like, help you out. You're not even aware that she's there.
Mhm.
As for the grief, Poppy, I'll let you figure things out on your end. How you
Mhm.
come back to yourself. How, because even though it was, I mean, even though it was like something else affecting you, I mean, it still worked. It was still there.
Yeah. I think that when she comes back to her senses, she's probably going to continue crying and like just move a little bit further out of the crater without saying anything and like
Well, can I stop you, because I was going to say when you come to, you would actually notice Arastelle hugging you in an embrace.
oh shit. uh yeah, then if that were the case, then she would be hugging you back. Your shoulder's gonna get very damp as she's crying, and clutching onto your clothes.
It's okay, Poppy. They're gone now.
She doesn't say anything. She's just crying.
Zovril, you also come back to your senses pretty much same moment. About a minute later, you can see the both of them together, a little further away. You can see around you the sky is turning normal again. The forest, all the haze is dissipating. You can see that the glow of this big stone, the meteor, is slowly fading. Also, you can see cracks slowly forming on it. And I assume your your Valerian is not there anymore.
Correct.
You can see as the meteor cracks, it seems to be slowly starting to shatter and open up. Do you stay
The
close? What do you do?
stone? The stone starts opening up?
Yes.
I think Zara will take some steps back, but keep like watching. He's very curious what's gonna open up
Do
for.
you alert us at all?
Yeah. I can let you know though. Guys, I don't know what's going on with this rock, but we might need to be ready.
Um,
And I'll down a healing potion.
yeah, I was literally just about to say, I'm going to down a healing potion and give one to Poppy too.
As the stone cracks and open up, it starts to slowly shatter. Pieces of it start to fall. You can see it losing its glow. And as you look inside, while the outside looked like a sort of like crystal, iridescent stone, the inside is hollow. It's spherical. It is, weirdly enough, it seems to be made out of like a different material. It looks almost flesh-like, like not in color but in texture. It looks like organic in a way. And there's like a sort of liquid that seems to be slowly seeping out as it's broken. But there's nothing else inside. Nothing but what looks like a sort of cord that's that has nothing connected to it. Beside, on one end, the cord is connected to the sort of flesh-like wall.
This seems like it's an egg. Is that what the impression we would get
That
from
will be a
it?
good impression.
Okay. So a demon just hatched. Great.
Actually, the way it's broken down, if you look into it, you can see that there's clearly a sort of, like, I would say slit or a line that would indicate where this could open. Obviously, this thing just cracked under the pressure of the current, so it did not open from this line. It just cracked and broke.
So we might have stopped it from fully developing.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay. Okay.
I'll try to move around and get like a better view of it and see if I can make out exactly what it is. Just to confirm.
You can roll investigation.
14, but a passive of 15.
Alright, I mean, you're in a...
Poppy, can you guide him?
Yeah. No, I'm sobbing still. I'm crying. There's no hope for me right now.
15 is enough.
You're still crying. Did you not take the
Yeah.
potion then?
Oh, she did. I actually
Okay.
maxed out the dice. Yeah, it was great.
Okay. And it still didn't make her feel better.
As you peek into it, as you investigate, look around, you can see that the end of this cord that's linked to the inside of the egg, let's call it an egg, whatever was at the end of it, or supposed to be at the end of it, you can see that this seems to have been ripped. Like there's clearly tears, like it's been pulled. If you look around on the ground, you can see that there's traces of boots. You were not the first one.
Oh,
The creatures you just fought had left no traces on the ground. They were ethereal. You do recognize your boots, your friend's boots. As you look around, there's more boot marks. So there's people that came here before you.
Multiple people?
With 15, at least two. Two different sides. Or types of boots.
And okay, and they came and went, not just leaving.
Yeah, came and went. You can see that there's
So-
traces going up and down.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this. So we found people who came here, and what did Zovril find that
So,
seems like it
they
was
already-
tampered with?
They already took whatever this was gonna hatch.
But it wasn't hatched yet.
so they might have smashed the other side of it and ripped out the embryo, so to speak, from the egg and ran off with it.
Is that what we're to believe, Grim? Because I thought
The
that
other
it
side
wasn't
don't look
broken
smashed.
yet.
Nope, doesn't look broken at all. Beside what just happened. But
So it's almost
from what you
like
can see on the inside, this thing is supposed to open at some point. It may have had already opened before.
So somebody might be invisible right now. We just took it.
But we wouldn't have seen the. Oh,
you
we
would have
the
seen
boots.
whatever would have happened, and whatever would have been taken will not be invisible. So no.
The thing that would have been taken would go invisible. Actually, that's how.
Yeah,
If
but I
you
mean,
Or
put it on your person.
it turned invisible.
with
No, 'cause it said boot
Zovril right
marks.
there, you would probably see something. That's my point. Would have been a very quick sleight of hand if it was to happen.
An illusion, perhaps.
So-
Maybe the egg was already broken.
Or potentially they were able to go inside of the egg while it was unhatched with magic to take out whatever was in there. Maybe
Garden hole.
that's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
There's a lot of different magical options. We have to follow those footprints, don't we?
Yeah.
We need to go get
Are
our.
the footprints going the way that Valerian went?
Around the same area. If you follow
Oh,
these
shit.
footprints, you will stumble upon a small camp. You will see multiple tents, 5 of them, and there's a banner planted of the region. There's a banner of Grunberg with the mountain in the blue sky. You don't see
They're gonna try
anyone.
to weaponize this.
As you approach, as you see the camp, like maybe 60, 70 meter away, you don't see anyone at the camp. No fire, no nothing.
And the
Nobody
boots are
exists.
leading to this camp?
There's many tracks that seems to be going back and forth. Yes.
Like another healing potion.
I'm out of healing potions, sadly.
Yeah, that's my last one. I'm still bloodied, so
It's possible that those creatures killed all. Is the camp untouched?
As you approach the camp is in a very bad shape. There's a very bad smell to it.
Iron
Smell of-
smell.
The smell of death. You can see bodies scattered in the camp. Mangled. There's a lot of blood. They're all soldiers sporting the colors of Grunberg.
Right.
Do you approach the camp more? Do you like go into it? Or?
Yeah, I think Arastelle would.
yeah, we gotta investigate this.
It is a small camp. There's 5 tents. One of them is slightly bigger than the others. They have a cart. There was a mule. It's also dead.
Not the mule.
They had like small tables, things like that. It seemed to have been set up as sort of like more than a day camp. Like
Mm-hmm.
as you look around, you do find bodies on the ground. They are, as I said, mangled. They were not killed by swords or arrows. They have very large marks biting into them and just tearing through, like maybe a very big bear or something like that. You can clearly see the claws as they tore through armor with ease. We can all roll investigation if you wish to.
Does it look about the size of the giant corrupted ferret? 14.
I got a 15.
Got a 16.
All right.
Friendship.
As you look around, to answer your question, they look more human sized. I mean, obviously they're bigger, but you could see maybe someone with a big end was able to maybe tear through some.
So it
Something like that.
resembles the demon that we fought then.
It's smaller. That's my point. Demon you fought was
Yeah.
gigantic. He had like.
Well, when he was human form, which we know him to be human form.
Oh,
right
I mean,
now.
okay. I thought you spoke about the corrupted mongrel that you just fought. No, if you mean
No.
the demon, the shepherd. Yes.
Yeah, and
This could be the more of this kind of size.
I guess Arastelle wouldn't know, but I don't even remember his name, but it was the guard that left Thessos, and he had his eyes. He was clearly corrupted by the demon. I'm wondering if he came here.
As you look more around the camp, you can find 4 bodies. You counted 5 tents. There's someone missing out of the lot. If you go into the bigger of the 5 tents,
Uh-huh.
it's slightly ransacked. Like someone had a sort of not torment, a sort of you know when a kid has like start flailing around, a tantrum, yeah. Someone had tantrum here probably, but as you look around Zovril, you do see that there's still a lot of things there. Like someone's missing, but like there's a bag, there's rations, there's everything. There's even an armor there. Like whoever was using this stand, maybe fled, but You also find what looks like a small notebook into all this mess. You find a notebook of Captain Weber's.
Just kind of start at the most recent and work backwards.
Okay. The most recent entry, first one is I feel like it's calling to me. It does not like the others. I should investigate. That's the last entry. It was about a week ago. It was 8 days ago. If you read the other entries before, it's mostly like reports, military entries. It talks about like things that they found. They've been there for 3 days before that, just trying to theorize what this is, see if this was a problem or not, take some notes. One of their member was, according to him, was a sort of spellcaster, so he knew about these kind of things, or that's what he said. These kind of notes, you can see like sort of diary. According to what he wrote, they haven't found anything really. Like for them, it was just glowy rocks. They were thinking about just reporting this, and maybe mine this. This could be worth something. So they were thinking about excavating this. But at some point on the last day, there's like a turn where he's like, yeah, I feel like it's talking to me. These kind of messages seems to come back. So yeah, that's what you get.
So we have a possessed captain of the Grunberg army, potentially.
Can we confirm if the captain is amongst the bodies, or are they just foot
Sure.
soldiers?
If you look around, none of the bodies have any mark of higher ranking than the others.
Okay.
They all have standard issue Grunberg garbs. You've seen plenty of them as of now in the last few days. None of them look like any officers, which you've also seen because you've mostly spoken with officers when you were given your documents. So none of them looks like officers. I assume they probably have documents or anything, and none of them is also called Captain Weber or.
Yeah, got it.
Do I see Valerian anywhere?
He seems to be rummaging around the place, the bodies and things like that. He seems slightly angry as he sniffs their bodies. If you inquire with him, he will tell you their soul's been taken.
Because Arastelle does not see Valerian at all, she would probably just direct her question towards Zovril, saying, "Why did Adalkir want you to come here?"
I mean, this was a mission from Corvus.
What
or
did
I
he
guess
want you
for
to
Corvus.
do?
Take care of the issue, which was pretty vague, but should have known that it was going to be, of course, nothing simple.
Do you think that Corvus wants you to get rid of this demon.
It would make sense. It seems to. I don't know if it's actually a threat to Corvus specifically, but something not tied to the currents. I guess it would make sense. Yeah, the other option was to go directly against Gnorth, so I guess this is. Well, I don't want to say the lesser of two evils, but.
A trial of fighting a demon. Feels like deja vu.
This one should be
Yeah.
easier though, because it's younger.
Yeah,
I assume.
we had a lot of help last time, though. But I mean, this could be horrible for this region right now. I think we need to find it quick, because with everything
Okay.
going on, there's plenty of feeding to be done.
I also remember the terrible fog of illness that Thessos experienced. I can just imagine that this demon's going to amplify the hatred in this region and cause even more chaos.
Yeah. Well, these bodies don't have souls anymore, so he's already fed. I mean, in the middle of a war, he could gain power at a rapid pace. The sooner we find him, the better. I mean, we are in on the good side of a number of Grunberg soldiers, and we have the. Maybe we can try to find him soon.
Wait a second. I have an idea. This wizard, Marko, would he happen to know Scry?
Maybe.
Because we have Captain Weber's possessions.
Yeah, no, that would be great. I mean,
That wasn't in character because I just asked Grim, just so you know.
Fair. That's fair, yeah.
But I would, as Arastelle, I would say that we should bring some of his possessions back to Marko to ask if Marko can scry on the captain.
So the direction that this camp was, which direction, I guess if we try to like get a bearing of all the boot tracks, which direction would possibly a single set of tracks have headed?
I guess if you look around the camp, you'll find barefoot tracks. That seems to be going west.
West. Would have thought east.
You know that there's a small town west of there, so maybe it is where he was heading.
We should get back to Marko. But I think I guess we need to head west as soon as we can. What was the name of that town?
Firstburg, I think.
Bursberg.
Yeah, well, it's anything like the one in Thessos. It's going to try to go to a bigger population base and work there.
Mm-hmm.
So you go back to Marko following this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You go back to Marko. Marko as Cry.
Okay. Great.
Sweet.
No, I mean Marko as cried. Sorry, he was also crying alone. No, yes,
Oh.
crying. Yes. So yeah, Marko is crying. He will try to scry,
Mm-hmm.
and he will tell you, it's not working.
What do you mean it's not working?
I mean, it's not working. Are you sure this person is actually someone? I mean,
No.
usually when you use people's belongings, and you'll take like probably the book,
Mm-hmm.
they need to be alive. Don't think your man's dead.
When we were in Thessos, I didn't even think about it until now. I couldn't locate anything that the demon was holding that was on his person because he's not connected to the currents.
But we were able to scry on the guard.
Yep.
That's how Nim was able to figure out
Oh,
that he
right,
was
yeah.
possessed. So I think that this is something different.
In game term, we'll go meta on this. Scrying works until a certain point. If that makes sense. In the lifespan of this thing.
I don't
He
know
might
if
be
I
dead.
understand that. That's the only thing I can understand. Is that it, Grim? Is that he's dead?
That will be the safest explanation according to Marko.
Well,
If I
yeah,
can't scry on
but
him, he's dead.
yeah, but like there has to be something else. Can't be that easy.
I can try again, but
I think that there is actually something against trying again on the same thing.
well, I cannot try again.
I'm not sure though. I'm not too familiar with Scry. I literally used it once, and you blew up my character.
Well, maybe it's a good thing you didn't try again in this case. Let's go read
You're right.
crying. Oh, that's a long text.
I know.
We got an idea then.
Huh?
Let's go grab some of the amniotic fluid from the egg sac along with the umbilical cord, and use that to cast Scry. You don't need to know the name of the creature, you just need to have something of its possession at least.
Sure. So you want
I'm
me to
not
scry
sure.
on this?
What does Poppy say when Poppy gives him this nasty slime and an umbilical cord?
If that guy is dead, then he might have been killed by the thing that this is from.
All right. He will try his best. He will cast Scry. You see him, I guess. Yeah, it's a ritual casting, so it takes 10 minutes. Takes time. You'll see him concentrate as best he can. He will do like weird movements, like he's actually moving, things like that, as he tries something. You're not sure, but he seems to be in his zone. And eventually, he will open his eyes wide, and he will pick whoever's the closest. Probably Zovril. I will go with Zovril. Like not by the throat, but like by the clothing. And we'll just go, I've seen him. They saw me too. And he looks afraid.
How did he see you?
He looks afraid and sad, and he's shaking as he says that.
What else did you see?
He's He's not in Versberg.
Where is he?
They're. I think he's the Eisenfell, I think. I saw the mountain. I saw Chamberlain. He's in Essenfeld. He looks completely like terrorized as he says that, and he's shaking.
Where's Eisenfell?
Just south. We just need to skirt the mountain. We'll get there.
If you can show us where it is, you don't have to go into the city. I don't recommend it, but just show us where we need to go.
Yeah, he will sketch real quick. And he will show you where Essenfeld is.
Okay. I kind of want him to keep with us though, because, well, I guess I'll ask how long will it take us to get there?
By horse, a day. Less than a day.
Okay,
Just
so
gotta go
he
around the
might not
mountain.
leave.
Eisenfeld is just south of Chamberlain. You just have to skirt around the mountain. So
Oh, Eisenfeld. I heard
Eisenfeld.
Aidenfeld.
I
No,
knew where it
Eisenfeld.
was. I saw it on the
Yeah.
map, but
Oh, okay.
Arastelle doesn't know.
So, yeah. It's not that far away.
But like, when we get to Eisenfeld, how are we going to find this guy? Is my concern, and kind of need to have Marco's help with locating him once we get to the city.
Do you think he'll scry on him again?
That's fair. If the demon noticed that Marco scryed on him, then Marco probably shouldn't scry again. Yeah, that's fair.
I think I saw an Adalbert banner. It's the family that's reigning over Versberg.
They're in Eisenfeld?
They're in Eisenfeld, but that you saw an
Yes,
Heidelberg
yes.
banner.
I'm sure he was riding a horse or something. Yeah, he had people with him. He had a retinue of sort. I'm sure I saw an Adalberg banner. The Adalbergs, their banner is it's a white tree over a blue sky, I think. I'm pretty sure.
So he's already corrupted people and gotten them to follow him.
Oh man.
He'll tell you that the Adalbergs are the sort of mayor noble family taking care over Versberg, which is the closest town.
Mm-hmm. Man, Arastelle is not looking forward to this. Holy cow. She is very apprehensive.
You do know that the shepherds was essentially impersonating someone, if that makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
in the hope of sort of gaining influence,
Yes.
Right.
creating his own sort of dominion, if that makes sense, sort of reigning over things. So maybe
Yeah.
this one has a similar goal
Yeah.
or modus operandi.
Yeah. Arastelle is getting flashbacks. Ugh.
And yeah, now that you know,
Yeah.
now we'll be closing the session. And I hope you had fun, as usual. Even though it wasn't that upbeat. Well, the beginning was a little more upbeat than the end, but yes.
Par for the course for Zovril.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just another day.
just
Yeah.
another day for Zovril.
He was fueled by that loneliness.
No difference. These things are not affecting me.
Let's see what's new.
Hope you had fun. I did.
Yeah, I did have a lot of fun. These past few sessions, Grim, you're really on point. Great job.
Killing it.
It's all matters. And yeah, next session in 2 weeks. And we'll see how this goes as you add, I assume, toward Eisenfeld.
Oh my god, another
see.
demon. We'll see.